Hey everybody. I know nobody's here yet, but I'm going live. I'm bored. You know, um, I'll start talking more when other people get here. If anybody comes, I have to see. I don't know. Hey, what's up, Beefit? Hey, Travis. Hey, Esteban. I'm just going live. I'm bored. I'm gonna throw the link. I'm trying to find the link. Well, I got the link. I'm trying to figure out how to post it. They've changed StreamYard since the last time I've been here. I think I found it. If anybody wants to hop in. No, I don't really have any intention. I might talk about a couple things, but I'm just bored. Legion ended earlier than I thought. Beef it has been a minute, man. Hope you're doing good. Esteban, I see you all the time. Travis, all the time. No. Travis, I have the same issue. Like, I'll drop a video and I get like 183 views. Hey, Nadia. It has been a long time. No, I get a lot of views on stuff, but as far as getting the likes to match it, no, that never. I don't know what's up with that. Hey, what's up, Trev? Y'all let me know if you can see the link that I posted. Y'all don't have to take it, but I think it showed up. Yeah, trying to go live. I haven't done it in a while. Esteban, I see you all the time. And I know the best thing though. That's why I love this community. You know, I know so much about all of y'all, and like I think that's one of the coolest things. You know, having people like that know my preferences as far as like comic covers and stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool. That's usually the first thing I do, Esteban, is let me see if I can click that. Oh, I can. You know, when I go into any stream or video, I usually hit the like button first. It's like a series of things. I have to hit the comment thing every live stream I go into. I have to take the comments from like top comments to the all comments, because if not, evil gets flagged. So if I don't change that, I don't get to see any of the I don't get to see any of the comments towards me type of thing. It flags my name because it's evil. Like, evil is so bad. I had to, Trev, because like the when I mean, I could take the headset out and you can hear me without the headset, and it just picks up everything. Like, I mean, Randy's watching TV in the other room, and I don't know how loud it is on here, but if I don't have the headset, it's pretty loud. But this is just a cheap headset, something that I got just to so I could do live streams and stuff like that. I plan to get a better one, but honestly, I just plan to get like a simple gaming headset. That's what I had. Sorry, I got the burps. That's what I had back in Houston. I had like, I think it was like a $40 nice gaming headset, but I used that for like a whole year. And I mean, once I upgraded to that headset, and everybody was like, "Oh, the quality is so much better," and stuff like that. I have a lot of headsets that I've actually paid money for. This one I use all the time. A lot of people don't know what these are, but these are called bone fragment headsets. They they don't go in your ear loops. They sit around your ears and like uh, are they? Hell yeah. Um, that's a big thing. I want y'all to be able to hear me. Yeah, but this your ear goes in here, so you don't actually have anything, plugging your ear. I bought these because they do have a mic, and it's supposed to be one of the best like Bluetooth mics on the market. I paid $150 for these. The microphone does not work at all. Like I've tried different ways. I mean, the headset is dope. I can wear them at work. I can even wear like earplugs because I do construction. Technically, because I do construction, I'm not supposed to wear headphones, but because they don't go on my earlobes, I get away with these. But I actually have these, and I have like a really, really nice. I spent like $200 on one. That Esteban, that one time, that was using that Bluetooth headset, and both my Bluetooth headsets are really nice. Like, I don't know where the other one is. Hold on one second. Try and follow me. I was playing Burger Time earlier. I still got it on. Let me see. I got these. They're called Jambras. And it's crazy because you open this thing up and it's just one headset in there. I mean, that's all it is a headset piece. This is $200, and it works great as like headphones, but as a microphone, I couldn't get it to work with StreamYard. I can get it to work on like Instagram and stuff like that, but on trying to do lives, for some reason, I wouldn't recognize that I was wearing a Bluetooth headset. If anybody wants to hop in, let me post the link again. I don't mind talking by myself, but I do like company. I think that's why we're all on YouTube. I just saw RNK Retro Game playing Burger Time. I love Burger Time. It's one of my favorite games. That's one of the things where some of my money goes. Since I've been here, I've been picking up like retro, Nintendo, PS2, that kind of stuff. Hey, Three Good Nerds. And I think it's Justin, right? I always get that confused. All right, Trev said the same thing. Okay, I think it is Justin. I'm bad with names, so don't take it personal. I'll say a name and like 2 seconds later I forget it. It takes a while to get my memory to stick it in. That was like Trev's name. I kept wanting to call Travis. I do that with Travis all the time. I incidentally type Trev when I'm typing in Travis. Oh, heck yeah. And I don't know how loud my brother is back there, so if he is, let me know. Does some with phones. I jumped on Comic Journey and Remy's last night on my phone, and my Raycons wouldn't connect. Yeah, it might be something with StreamYard. You know, today in Bleak Stream, we were having a lot of problems with like the comments, and even when I was coming on here, when I was logging on here, when I got somebody backstage. What's up, Manny? Even when I was coming on here, it was telling me that I had 2 cameras active. It was weird. Let's see who's backstage. All right, Travis. Well, what it do? What it do, Travis?
What's up? Yeah, that's the thing too. Like that's the thing too. Like I got an echo. I don't know why.
I don't know what an echo is. It's like a headset. You're breaking out, Travis.
I don't know why. I don't know why. My headsets won't work.
My headsets won't work either. It won't connect. It won't connect. At all.
I don't know why it's doing that. Like, I worked before back when I was in Houston. That's one of the headsets that I used when we were on Spine Ticks. Was the wireless one. I don't know why it's not doing that now, but it's echoey now. Was it?
It still is.
It still is. Is it echoey from me?
No, I can hear my own voice.
See, for me, you're not. You sound. I mean, you don't sound crystal clear, but you sound good. No echo or nothing. I can hear you kind of.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess my headphones.
I guess my headphones do work.
And I still hear the echo.
I still hear the echo.
Esteban, I only have a little. I don't hear the echo. It's on your end. Chat, can y'all hear an echo? I'm sorry, I am one of those guys that like to have.
Is it coming from your phone? Because I have my headphones on now.
On my end, I don't hear it, but look, it says no, only Travis is having echoes. I think it's just you. Oh, well, Trav said yes, echoes.
Yeah.
I don't hear.
If,
I don't
but
hear.
like if you hear me, it's feedback. It's feedback from your side. From your side.
Maybe. Hold on, I can try. General. Nope. I'm sorry, folks. There's nothing in the options that I can do to help that. I don't think so. I had to change mine off to like wired headset. Like naturally it goes to default. And like I have to physically go into the options now and switch to wired headset or Bluetooth, or I tried doing that with the Bluetooth. It didn't work.
Yeah, I'm on Bluetooth now.
You don't have a regular headset?
No, this is my headset.
You bastard.
I'm gonna jump
Maybe
out.
try and come. Yeah, maybe try and come back in. Sorry, people. Who's trying? Esteban, I had a lot more Hot Wheels before. Actually, these are not as many as they look like. I think there's like 30, and then those are all my Batman. Back home, if you go look at my like any of my older videos in my Houston collection, I had a ton. I mean, I still have them. They're in my. I have my best friend who's got most of my stuff. I just don't have space for it here, so I still do have a massive Hot Wheel collection. I got into Hot Wheels like 2011 because they were cheap, and I found out that they had like rares and stuff like that hidden within regular Hot Wheels. They're called treasure hunts and super treasure hunts. I found a treasure hunt today. I don't find that many that often because they've gotten kind of bigger. Hold on one second. Pull it up.
Hello.
Nah, it still sounds the same.
Yeah. Damn it.
Try and switch to your like speakerphone. Like turn off the Bluetooth and just try and.
That's what I was on in the first place.
I'm telling you, it's probably streaming on. When I came in here, it had like 2 different accounts for me, and it was saying that I was on. Like, there's no way I could be on like, because I'm on my phone, so there's no way I could be 2 users. Yeah, Esteban says I think it still has echoes. I wouldn't really say it's echoes, Travis. It just sounds like a bad connection. Like there's a lot of static. Trav said.
Yeah,
I need that Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider.
Yeah, there's definitely an echo.
I mean, you sound fine to me. I can hear you.
I can hear me.
I would say it's.
I don't know. I'll jump off. Got it.
All right. Let's go back to this. I need that Robert Williams Ghost Rider, one of the Marvel books. Actually, me too. I used to have it. He was one of the Marvel Now characters that I really got into. Let's see. Manny said, I respect the decision on Marvel. There's a reason I focus on back issues on my channel. I basically do old comic book reviews. I like that. I'm all about trying new things. And it's not, like I kind of stated that, I'm not 100% cutting Marvel yet. It's more, I am going to finish out some series that they're kind of in the middle. But, and it's not just one book that's got me riled. It's not just the comics either. It's kind of, like, I haven't been a fan of what they're doing with Spider-Man in the movies, like in the, in the comics, stuff like that. My biggest complaint, actually, I didn't even voice on there. I kind of mentioned it to AR, but my biggest complaint right now in Marvel would be X-Men. I'm a huge X-Men fan. I always have been. And I took like a 5-year gap maybe and came back into X-Men. And you talk about how convoluted and confusing and script texts, and no, it makes no sense. And I love confusing. I go after books that people tell me that they couldn't figure out, or I mean, I've read some of the more harder literally pieces in the world. Like I have Homer memorized almost. Agents of Shield, me too. I think that was one of the better iterations of that. You know, the way he looked, I was hoping we'd get that version of Ghost Rider to film eventually. I hope so, and I hope they use the same actor. I think he killed it. I like the, I like the. I've enjoyed all the Spider-Man movies up until the last one. The last one, what they did with Spider-Man at the end, killing Aunt May, making his friends going away. His friends have a better life without Spider-Man now that no one knows about. Like, no, there's a lot of things you could have done. I mean, and you could have gave him a horrible outcome, and it still didn't have to be all that. Like, and I'm kind of on board with Mark. I think Mark said it the best that I've heard so far, because I don't understand why a company is going to shit on the properties that make you the most money. X-Men, Spider-Man, like Fantastic Four. You're talking about the big ones. That's the books that are keeping them in business, and yet you're going to shit all into them. And I kind of have to believe it's what Mark was talking about, and I hadn't thought about that. Hey, what's up, man? No, but it's more along the lines of it kind of feels like they're basing like everything towards their movies or shows, and I don't have a problem with that if the stories are good and stuff like that. But I mean, after reading ASM and the death of Kamala Khan, I mean, I'm a huge Kamala Khan. She's one of my favorite Marvel characters. I mean, ever since they started with her, I was a big fan. I love the show. I love every iteration of her, and I haven't read everything that they dropped from Miss Marvel. But she's one of my top heroes, and the way they killed her off, like, I mean, you're talking about no emotion. But I think Manny's in the chat. I think he said it the best. He said like she died around strangers. She like had no friends. Like nobody even knew who she was. Like no. I even read the issue after that just to see if it would get any better. And honestly, the issue was okay until it got to the end. And then it was like more of the cash grab and stuff. Like, hey, wait till the next issue. And I didn't like Erasing Memories part. It was the only disappointment for the movies. Oh, you're talking about Spider-Man. I did not like that. And for me, it creates too many holes. You're trying to tell me that nobody remembers him, but there's so many iconic moments that he's been in the Marvel Cinematic Universe for him not to be remembered. You're talking about like as a hero that would plague the fuck out of me. And we already have Spider-Man series like that where Ben Reilly's been going crazy because he can't remember a certain part of his life. Like, no. So you're trying to tell me like the next couple movies are just going to be like random people walking around like, oh, I remember this guy. No, I don't want to see that crap. I don't remember her any of it. I forget. I counted. I went back and counted, Trev. Damn, I said it in that video. I actually went back and did the math, and I counted all the scenes that she was in, and I think, if I remember right, I think it was 19 panels total. I think it was a total of 4 issues she showed up in. 2 of the panels, it was kind of unclear if it was her or it could have been anybody kind of thing. The family and her friends and all. Yeah, on top of that, you're talking about we got the next issue, right? There's no talk about a funeral, Spider-Man sleeping with their fucking mask. What the hell is that shit? Why is he sleeping with their mask? Like, I get that you're repenting, that you fucked up, you know, she died because okay, but why the hell are you sleeping with their superhero gear? Why do that? You have a movie featuring her comic scene kids. Exactly. On top of that, like the way it went around, and I knew, I'm one of those type of people that don't mind spoilers. If you watch my channel, I don't mind spoilers. But to have Marvel spoil their own thing before the comic came out, that was a little, like, I knew about the Kamala Khan, like, I think a month before. And I was prepared for it. I was like, okay, this is going to be good. It's going to be some good writing, right? They're going to kill her off with, like, she's going to die with a purpose or, a real sacrifice. No, that's not. There were so many holes in that story, and especially coming from someone that's supposed to be established, Zeb Wells. I think that's who wrote it. No. But I think Mark might be right, that Marvel might be doing that specifically because Sony still has the rights. And honestly, I think that's the first realist thing I've heard on why they would be tanking that character. Because no other option makes any sense in that regard. I don't get it because it's exactly what Travis said. She's got a movie coming out. They've already talked about a second season of Miss Marvel. I mean, we already seen that she's going to be at the damn wedding of Tony Stark and White Queen. I don't even know how that's happening. Somebody explain that. When did they meet? And I'm going to post this again in case anybody wants to get in here, because right now I'm just rambling and ranting. No, but don't get me wrong. There are some decent Marvel reads out there. That's not my whole thing. Like Hellcat, I'm really enjoying Hellcat. It's the one book that nobody's talking about, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's a very horrorish, dark, detective style story. It was not what I was expecting at all. I think they killed her off because her books kept failing. Because after Willow Wilson left her book, Spawn wasn't doing good in sales. They didn't know what else to do with her. I don't know. I know that the actual Captain Marvel series, even though it went all the way to issue 50, I know that the only reason Marvel kept that going was Marvel actually had to invest into the comic itself because it tanked on sales. What's up, Johnny Knight? I wish Trev would jump on. This would be the perfect time, Trev. Look, you're amongst friends. And you don't have to be on camera. They've got this option where you can mute your camera. What's up, C Bizzle? What's up, C Bizzle? And the link is in the chat. Anybody feel free? What's up, Brother John? And thank y'all for joining. There's no point, rhyme, reason. I'm just bored. I've been sick, so I'm trying. I got diarrhea of the mouth now that I can talk. Emma Frost is mind controlling Tony Stark to marry her, I think. I could get in with that. That actually sounds legit. No, I don't. And I'm not 100% against cash grabs. I mean, that happens. Companies have to make their money, kind of thing. Thanks, C-Biz. We were talking about that earlier. People forget to do that. Show you guys. No, Johnny, I did not know that. I know it now, though. Damn, Johnny. I wondered what happened to you. How long have you had your name changed, bro? I thought you had fell off, honestly. And this guy right here, let me let y'all know, Johnny Funko did my intro. He did my intro and outro. Not the outro, I think the music, but they did the intro and outro. The music on my intro is me, but Johnny reached out to me a long time ago, and I've been trying to use his intro the whole time. I had a little snafu in between, but I love his intro. What's up, Brandon Looney Tunes 2000? I haven't seen you in a long time. I hope you're doing good. I know your channel is picking up. Said just recently, and I'm taking a break from YouTube for a little while the wife's pregnant and I got a new job, so there's a lot going on. Johnny, have I been? Am I following you on IG? Is that you that's posting the Funkos? And I got a guest. What's up, Brandon Looney Tunes? What's up, Brandon Looney Tunes? How you doing?
Yep. I have over 1,300 subscribers, by the way.
You got big. I remember that. I think the last time I saw you, you were almost at 1K.
I had a lot more sales than you.
What's up, Alex? That's awesome.
Yes.
Say it again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
13.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a huge number.
Yeah. We're uploading videos per day.
Yeah?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to do
What is this? I'm sorry, Brandon. You have the echo too.
It did. Which Looney Tunes?
I'm having trouble hearing you, Looney Tunes. I'm sorry, Brandon.
What's your favorite Looney Tune?
My favorite Looney Tune, I think I've told you this before, is Taz.
I have cartoon watch parties on Discord.
Do you? On Discord?
Yes.
Are you on Instagram, Brandon Looney Tunes?
No.
Oh, man. What's your Discord?
Looney Tunes fan club.
Looney Tunes fan club? I'm writing it down. Looney Tunes fan club. I'm going to check that out. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Man, I don't know what's going on with the... Oh. I'm having some kind of audio. Travis and Taz and Mark. Hold on, I might try and end this, and I might try and restart it because this is the second time I've had audio issues. First Travis, and now you. I don't like that. I can't. I'm only hearing like partial what you're saying.
Fine.
Is it my microphone? Hold on, let me try.
I just sent you some pictures, by the way.
Okay.
I just sent you some pictures.
Can you hear me okay? No.
Yes.
Oh, you can? Okay. Maybe I fixed it. Because I can hear you better now. Oh, damn it.
Yep.
Travis.
I just sent you some pictures, by the way.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Damn it. What the hell? I can't hear. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, I think that fixed it. And I got Travis coming in. Okay, Brandon, let's start this over. Ask me what you were asking now that I can hear you a little better. We got to my favorite Looney Tunes, which is Taz. I heard you say, yeah, you sent me some pictures. Where did you send me your pictures?
A bunch of various Looney Tune pictures.
What's up, Callie? Where did you send them to? Here?
Your email.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Let's go see real quick. I'm on my phone.
There's another person here.
That's Travis. You know TM Nerdy?
Not really. This is my first time being here.
My favorite Looney Tune is Goofy.
Goofy? Goofy is not a Looney Tune.
Goofy's Disney.
That's right.
All right, Donald Duck.
Brandon, who is your favorite Looney Tune?
My favorite's Robo and Coyote.
It's good options. I do like that. I would have to say those are my favorite shorts that they used to do. Did you watch the new the Space Jam movie? Did you like that, Brandon Looney Tunes?
Yes.
Did you like it better than the original, or on the same level?
It's a pretty decent. The original Space Jam's a lot better.
Mm. You hear Trev? I'm telling you to shut up, Travis.
What's his favorite?
What's your favorite? Oh, Trev said his favorites were Taz and Marvin.
See,
Marvin the Martian.
I'm a fan of like the Tiny Toons. Love the Tiny Toons. Apparently, the Tiny Toons are coming back too.
I do like the Tiny
Favorite
Toons.
hero?
Steven Spielberg. And Esteban, I was touching my hair because it is hot as hell, even though I'm in Colorado. It's like 90-something degrees, and it's hot.
I did send you pictures on your email.
I didn't see any. You sure you sent it to my email, Michael Moore 218?
On your about page.
I just opened an email from somebody, and it's whoa. Those are not pictures I want to see. They're tiny, they're toony, they're all a little loony.
I did see some pictures, by the way.
Oh, I got him. Let's see. Oh, okay. I like all of these, Brandon. They're all Taz. Well, except Daffy. I like Daffy, and there's a Bugs.
You reply back.
In this cartoony, we're invading your TV. I love that. I'm gonna go watch that later. If I can find it somehow.
I like Tiny Toons. It was good when it was on. I like the game, too.
Yeah, the game is fun. Do you remember the band episode? I remember watching that band episode when it was on TV. It was all about like Baxter and what was the pig's name? Porky?
On Tiny Toons? Yeah.
Yeah. They find a beer. They find a beer in the fridge, and then they go through a whole scenario of them actually drinking it, going down and the road and that. I was like, wow, that got banned.
Hey, what was that, Brandon? You were breaking up.
I have watch parties on Discord.
I've never done it. Have you done watch parties on Discord?
Yes. On Saturdays.
No, I haven't really done Discord a whole lot. I don't remember that episode, Travis. An episode with where they find a beer.
Yeah, I'll send you. Like, you can find it on YouTube now, so I'll send you the clip.
I know there was a couple episodes of like hidden like nudity stuff that got away. There was like one where it was like a reflection, and you could see like kind of a bare lady. But they were like quick stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff got like was pretty bad back. Even like the Powerpuff Girls at one point. I got my little niece a box set of the Powerpuff Girls. I was like, oh, you should like this and that cartoons from my day and stuff. Watched an episode, and there was an episode where Bubbles was pretending to be a prostitute. I was like, whoa. Her mom like took it out, and she's like, yeah, she gave it to me. She's like, yeah, I don't give this to my daughter. Like, I didn't realize that it was that dirty back then, but I guess it was.
Yeah, I think it would beef it. I don't think I've ever heard of like band episodes, especially from Tiny Toons or Animaniacs. That would be new to me. But it doesn't mean I don't think they exist.
I'll find it. Yeah, I'll send it to you. I think some people know about it. I'm not sure if Callie would know, but band.
Callie probably does. Anybody would. It'd be Callie.
Yeah, it comes up. It says beer right away. Tiny Toon Adventures, Part 1, the beer. So there's 2 parts. I'll send you both parts. Part 1 and Part 2. Mike?
I'll watch.
Right there. If anybody else wants them, I'll send them to you. Just let me know in the chat and make sure that I'm following you on IG or Facebook.
Well, Powerpuff Girls, the whole like, I think a lot of people miss that, but the whole premise behind the show is like nothing but drugs. And I mean, when you watch the show, I think people fail to miss that. But the theme song was done to rave music during the 2000s, right? Like the chemical components.
Yeah.
If you break them
Yeah,
down, it was like it was the makings of ecstasy, sugar, spice, everything nice, and chemical X.
And like how he wanted to create like how creepy does that kind of sound? Like if you walk up to a guy, a scientist, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to create girls." Why? Why are you trying to create little girls? Like, what the?
The perfect girls too.
Yeah.
So I did mention this.
Stay away from him. He just wants to create perfect little girls. Don't talk to him. Stranger.
So I did grab that, and it's a treasure hunt. Let's see if I can. You could see the treasure hunt thing. It's behind the like card. It's hard to see, but like let's see. There's always a flame, and the flame is what you want to look for. It's right there. I don't know. That's a treasure, and that's a super treasure. And it's also got, this one has a gold marking on it. The difference between a super and a treasure is this actually uses Daytona rubber for the wheels. Whoever won that year from the Daytona Challenge, those tires get broken down and they actually get used for Hot Wheels. So getting a super treasure hunt means you got a piece of history. All right, that's my Hot Wheels section. Make me
Make me big. I think you have the controls of that, buddy.
I do. I gotta figure it out.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been using it.
Oh, they changed it. They moved everything around. Yeah, Camaro. 81 Camaro. It's nice. I don't find too many treasure hunts anymore. What's up, Jack? What's up, Adrian? Threw the link in there if anybody wants to hop in. I can go in.
You applied the gate to you.
Say it again, Brandon. I'm sorry.
I applied the pictures I gave to you.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. What about them?
Drum.
I didn't understand that. I'm sorry.
Applied the pictures I gave to you.
Applied?
Yes.
Oh, I can't share anything. I'm on my phone. I can try maybe. Hold on. That I was never able to do before. I couldn't really share anything on my phone. Let's see.
I don't think you can. I'm looking and I'm on my phone too. I'm not usually on my phone.
Well, they added a lot of different. Same, Kelly. I do pop culture pretty much. Travis can be a troll. He can be. Let's see. No, I don't think I can share. Modoc Travis. He's all close, yeah. Don't be a dick. Yeah, sadly when you're on your phone.
I got a question, Mike. Since like you and I watched it, and you and I both liked it. Has there been any announcement of Halo Season 2?
Yeah, it's already
been a while.
They put more money into the season. You know, the first season if you go look at the budget, it was like so small compared to what they did. So this time, since it actually.
Oh man, that's gonna be sick though. Then because the fact that they're putting more money into it, and
both Lords of the Rings and Halo, they're both getting triple the budgets this time around.
Lord of the Rings. I'm more worried about Halo. I like that show. I thought the graphics in that show were on par. Like they're putting more money into it. It's gonna look fantastic.
I liked Halo. I thought it was done really well. And I agree. I think, well, this, you think about it, where they're going with the season, it's going to be a lot of battles and stuff like that. So you have to imagine that it's going to be some money. Hey, what's up,
Well,
Will?
me and you watched it together. Like we
Yeah.
do like watch parties each week, so it was pretty fun.
Yeah,
Do it
Halo was
again
good.
this time.
And I liked Lords of the Rings. I thought it was just as good. Even though Caroline hates the show. Look at that. Esteban hated the Halo TV show. Why did you hate the Halo TV show? I thought it was great.
You know what? Just
Lot of
because you
people
hate the show, I hate you now, Esteban. No, I'm just
What were you saying, Brandon?
A lot of people don't like that, so
A lot of people are torn about a lot of things lately. You know, there's no middle ground. It's either they don't like it or they do.
not
could say
everything's
it.
made for them, and it's easier to dislike something to actually like it.
I could say with comic books, I think there's a huge thing that most comic book fans miss, and they're not literally doing it for us. They're doing it for all the other people that aren't comic book fans. So there's that disconnect. Everybody's mad that they're not doing this story or they haven't done any stories. Most of the stories that they've given us for comic book movies have been like 40, 60, 80-year-old storylines. Like you're talking about, they're still trying to do the origin of Spider-Man. They're still trying to do the origin of Batman. Come on. No, I mean, literally, I think Civil War, you could say, was a modern, it was less than 15 years old. But you talk about all the comic book movies, we haven't got any modern stories. Gore the God Butcher was one, but I mean, we didn't get that storyline. But that's like X-Men. Well, what was X-Men based on? Any of them? Like, I mean, the later ones, yes, like Dark Phoenix, that kind of.
do you like my YouTube channel?
You asking me, Brandon?
Yes.
I think it's okay, Brandon. I'm not super huge into Looney Tunes though.
What about the other person?
I'd have to go look. I don't know if I've actually gone to your channel in a while. A lot of parts of Halo I didn't like about Halo, but it was part of me just was grateful to have it after so many years. I think that about everything. I think I'm just happy that it's making it to the big screen because, if you are a Halo fan, think about all the people that don't know about that story that don't play games. And Halo, to me, in my opinion, has a fantastic story. You could say that about Looney Tunes, I mean, there's not an advertisement of Looney Tunes in the world. I think there's one comic that drops, and I think right now it's Batman and Scooby-Doo. But there's not a lot of representation for Looney Tunes currently. So I kind of appreciate everything that they drop, like Space Jam. I kind of like that because there was a lot of cameos that I hadn't seen in a while. A lot of Hanna-Barbera characters.
I didn't see the new Space Jam.
You didn't?
No.
My brother was against it because he is not a LeBron's fan, but I made him watch it, and he thought it was okay. He still likes the original better.
I like the original better.
I think for me, that's on the same par. I'm not a big sports fan, so
I don't know. How's it look though? Because like it kind of looks more cartoonish, like just the trailers and stuff, rather than the original. And I think that's what took me off. Like I was like, man.
no, this one has actually looked really good. I mean, it came out during the whole, pandemic thing, but honestly, the way it like physically looks, I mean, they did a really good job with the animation, all the CGI that's in the film, and there's different levels of CGI because they're mixing in cartoon characters with live action. I think at one scene there's like 8 different Batman on screen, and another scene there's like 5 different Jokers or something. There's crazy cameo. In one scene, it literally, I think it's like double what Ready Player One had as far as cameos.
Pretty cool.
But as far as a movie, I want to say it was like, it was good. It's not the greatest movie ever or nothing. I'm not a big LeBron's fan. I'm not a big sports fan, but it's the way he carries himself, the way he plays. I don't watch a lot of them, but if I had to say, we lost Brandon. If I had to say, LeBron is kind of a crybaby, like in my opinion. You know. But it's not really his persona. It's the way he plays. He plays like a crybaby kind of thing.
Yeah.
Travis. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still here. I don't know. It just felt magical back then when the first Space Jam came out. You had Michael Jordan, coming out, and you kind of get his like real life story in that, like how he retired from basketball, went to baseball, to honor his father, who was a baseball player, and then
What's up, Scott?
then he gets,
Sorry.
of course, the Looney Tunes stuff, like getting captured by the Looney Tunes was all fake. It didn't happen in actual real life, but we were kids. We didn't know that. We wanted to believe, and like now we have these characters that we grew up with crossing over with real life people, and the graphics I found was fantastic.
I'd say the only thing I wasn't a huge fan of in the new Space Jam movie was the bad guy. I just thought it was kind of like unoriginal. It's something that's standard for the world at this time. It's a name that they use like a lot, like almost like they use influencers. So it made sense. But I'd say and I like the actor that plays the bad guy. He's a great actor. I'm not going to give it away, but that's probably my only complaint about that movie. Oh, I want to go back to this. Don't you know DC or WB is obsessed with Batman? I wonder why. The damn company's named DC, Detective Comics. I hate that comment. Like, how do you not realize that that's their main forefront? And yes, they started with Action Comics, but they weren't called DC forever, guys. There's a reason they stuck with DC. Let's see. It should change.
Yeah, that's what, like, even Mark made a good point over in Mary Q Studios channel. Like, I was like, I have faith that Superman, the new Superman that James Gunn's gonna come out with, will be a hit. And Mark, being a fan of Superman himself, he's like, no, I don't think so, because Superman's never really hit. People never really want to go out and see Superman. They'd rather go see Batman.
I think they should just stop worrying what people want to see, because right now they're in a brand new world. We're talking about comic books, and if you're not a comic book fan, all that's brand new stuff. So, it's like they're catering to comic fans because they're worried about us. But then on the other stretch, they're like, I don't think the world. No, they're making weird decisions. Like, I don't think there's ever going to be a time where people don't go see a Superman movie. I remember I saw Superman Returns, and I wasn't a super huge fan of that movie, but I saw that day one. That theater was packed. I saw it a week later. Theater was still packed. Like Man of Steel, packed. I sat in the aisle for Man of Steel. That's how packed it was. I did that for Endgame and Man of Steel. And Man of Steel, I got a press pass, so I got to see it like 2 weeks early. It was dope.
Yeah, I think this will be the first Superman movie I see in theaters. Like, I'm definitely going to be seeing it opening night whenever it comes out. Whether I'm alive or dead, who knows what's going to happen between then? But I'll rise from the dead to go see it.
Scott, they're talking about that. I think it's already on the board since she was kind of one of the major breakouts of that movie. But I've seen multiple conversations about her specifically getting her own movie.
Now, I hope she does, but how is that going to help though? Because like they announced that the Tom King run of Supergirl will be coming to theater, like an adaptation of that series. But
Well, they told us we would.
Will they go with Sasha Calle or not? Who knows?
No.
But if they bring her in as a new character and not Supergirl, like I'm all for that. Like they can bring her in and be a different character. We know that characters can be different now. Like we just seen multiple Batmans in like one movie.
Well, remember, we're going to get a first from DC. We're going to start getting Elseworld movies. That's a first, that they're classifying Elseworld movies. So I believe in that realm, there's tons of things you could do. You could do a Supergirl Earth 2 movie and explain it as that. You could do, like, honestly, the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow movie, I don't think that's going to be canon. I think that's because technically, I mean, that in main continuity, that was so far within her storyline. You're talking about years after she had been Supergirl, kind of thing. So I don't.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't feel like
you're talking about like literally, because like spoiler guys, if you guys have not read Tom King's run, it's literally her story takes place literally right as the Krypton is destroyed.
yeah.
She is like on like her own story. So at that point, Clark Kent, Kal-El, is a baby getting sent to Earth, and that. So of course it'll be in its own continuity, in that. So.
No, but I mean, I could go either way. I kind of want them to start doing that because there's a big stigmata that a lot of us comic book fans don't understand. You know, talking to non-comic book movie goers, it's kind of confusing the changing of the actors, or like my brother thinks that all the Batman movies are the same Batman in the same world. They're just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He thinks all the Hulk movies are the same. Like the original Hulk was part one, the Edward Norton was part two.
Well,
There's a
the only one like Edward Norton and is connected with the MCU. That's the
yeah, and
only one.
they added that when they added Thunderbolt Ross in there. But because it wasn't added at first. No,
Well,
but
in Incredible Hulk, Tony Stark shows up at the end of Incredible Hulk.
it should have been Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
And that was years before they got Pox. Okay, so going back to this, because I do want to touch base on that. I had to highlight him. I didn't want to cut you off though. I hope James Gunn's DC universe fails because I want Zack Snyder in charge of DC Cinematic Universe. No, I hope James Gunn does what we've been waiting for and actually makes good movies for DC. There's a big thing that people forget. DC has not been in trouble because they've been making bad movies. Their animation movies have carried them. Like, and everybody forgets that Warner Brothers Animation has been fired since like 2000. They haven't come out with like a bad animated movie that didn't make the
Well,
movie. Yes.
there has been some, but like even you look at like the Wonder Woman animated movie Bloodlines, like that was so well written.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Batman Bad Blood. Ooh, that was good. Especially when they started doing the rated R ones, like the Killing Joke. And
Yeah, and then they came out with the Tomorrowverse, which was fantastic. Like Superman Man of Tomorrow was a fantastic episode. JSA was fantastic. All of these movies, animated movies that are coming out, are fantastic. And I like James Gunn. James Gunn, like I like the new Suicide Squad more than the like the first Suicide Squad movie. Loved Peacemaker. Look what he's done with Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know. I just have full faith in James Gunn because he has passion about writing for certain characters too. Like he wanted to write for Superman. This is his passion.
I have certain favorite directors. I don't, and those directors I trust, because they have either they've made some of my favorite movies, they have good past, they have, a good steady. Yeah, it's like Zack Snyder. I'm a huge Zack Snyder fan. I do love the Zack Snyder DC universe. I'm agreeing with Trev. Like he was my Superman. I was very hurt when they let go of Henry Cavill. I like everybody they picked for the Justice League. The only one that I would choose differently, but I do like him in the role, would be Jason Momoa, and it's just because he looks so different from what they're drawing as Aquaman. I mean, every version of Aquaman, but I loved his version of Aquaman. But I mean, don't get me wrong, like I love the Snyderverse, and I get the complaints. You might have not liked Jared Leto's Joker. I personally do. But honestly, like Travis was saying, like Suicide Squad 1 to the second one we got, I like the second one better. I like both of them, but I do like the story, the choice. I love the focus on the characters. You're talking about, there's a scene in that movie that got me to cry like a baby. I mean, when Rick Flag died, that's character development right there. I'm not a Rick Flag fan. He's one of those characters. No, that character development in that movie got me to cry. Like, bro, I was hurt when they killed Polka Dot Man. I can say
exactly for a character that hasn't been around in comics. Like he's never like even brought back at all. Like Peacemaker has been brought back.
What's the Tomorrowverse? What's that? Somebody gonna have to explain that. The Tomorrowverse says okay so far. I prefer the previous animated universe. I don't know if I know what the Tomorrowverse is. I will say it's a failed. Like, I mean, I haven't seen the Flash yet, but what I've heard from it, the one question I've asked, did it have a close that set up this new James Gunn universe? And I've heard that they didn't do that. So it kind of, for me, that's a failed opportunity right there. You're talking about you're closing off the Zack Snyder universe. You want something to start, be brand new, get fans behind it, and you don't have a close or at the start of a new universe at the end of this movie. I think that's lost potential. Day after lost Trav, but Trav's back.
I don't know where I cut off there, but like I was saying about Peacemaker and how he came back for Eclipso run in the 90s, but like there hasn't been a Polka Dot Man since the 40s. And they brought him back and made him like a character that you cared about and made him a little bit different, of course, but like it worked. It worked.
Travis, what's the Tomorrowverse? They're saying the new animated. Is that what they're calling the DC animated stuff?
Yeah, the new DC stuff is called the Tomorrowverse. It's all connected. Like what they do, that's the cool thing about the animation too, and like what they're doing well with that. They're all connected. There's certain sections like they're okay. These certain movies are connected with the other movies. Like we'll play this movie, we'll have it all come together for Apocalypse. We'll do the Justice League Dark movie. We'll do this and that.
Yeah.
Like they have like the connected universes in DC over there, and that's a whole thing. Like too, like James Gunn will probably be over there with animation as well, and having that connected with real life. Of course.
Yeah, he stated that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the first
is all. Yeah.
Because the first thing we get from the James Gunn universe is the Creature Commando animated. I think that drops somewhere at the end of this year, but I'm not positive. Well, we get two. We get the Penguin, but I don't know if that's technically considered James Gunn.
No, that's like what James Gunn stated was like you said earlier with the Elseworld stuff.
Yeah, it's
the Batman Matt Reeves stuff. He even mentioned Teen Titans Go, like how. Like I don't know why he stated that. I'm not a fan. I like the original Titans, but
I did.
Those were Elseworld stuff. Yeah.
Because they haven't done anything with Teen Titans Go. I think the last thing they did was like 2017 or whatever. Teen Titans Go to the movies.
Yeah, and that crossed over the new Teen Titans, like the Teen Titans Go, and like the older '90s or early 2000s. Sorry.
And I've been wanting to state that to everybody that Nicolas Cage has been Superman. Y'all need to watch some movies because he is Superman in Teen Titans Go to the movies. And he has the mullet, just like he did in the damn test oxygen. There was something I saw online. Like, oh my god, it was freaking awesome to see the cameo. It's first time. No, it's not his first time. Get out of here.
I do that too because it was the third act and he was fighting a giant spider. Because like when Kevin Smith was making the movie, like he got brought into like the producer's place because like as a producer, like once you're attached to a movie, you've done a movie before, you're always like a producer in upcoming movies. Like Bryan Singer, that's like another reason why they have not had an X-Men movie is like they're trying to weed out like the whole Bryan Singer coming on because they have to give him producer credit because he's worked on previous X-Men films, and Bryan Singer is an asshole. So they don't want to do that. They want to like wait until like it gets to a point where they can drop his name because it's like a certain amount of years. And
ever since X-Men 1, X-Men 2, I am not a Bryan Singer fan. You know, I like his regular movies, Usual Suspects, you know. But
there's some controversy around him. I'm not sure, but it's legal.
He did the Superman Returns movie. He did that crap. He did Superman Returns. He did with Brandon Routh.
Yeah. I like Brandon Routh though.
I did too.
But yeah,
I actually liked him as Superman.
I think there's like I'm not sure. Like I don't want to get into details of what he did, but he did some pretty bad stuff, like in public and that, and got him like he's kicked out of Hollywood He's kicked out. That's why I haven't seen him make any movies. Nobody will work with him, and that he's blacklisted from Hollywood. So they're waiting until I think it's a contract or something. But like, so the Superman Returns producer or the Superman Lives producer brought Kevin in and said, "Okay, I don't want a cape. Or I don't want him in the suit." But he wanted three things. He didn't want him in the suit. He didn't want him to fly. And in the third act, he wanted him to fight a giant spider in the third act. In this movie, of course, he flew. Of course, he had the suit on. But he did fight a giant spider in the third act of, spoiler alert.
You know the real story. That was from like the Empire magazine article that Kevin Smith gave. But have you heard Kevin Smith actually talk about the real script? It wasn't a spider that he's supposed to be fighting. It was Starro. But like he was trying to explain it to people.
Oh no. Like that's what Kevin Smith said. It's in An Evening with Kevin Smith. That's part of his movie. He states that he wasn't supposed to.
Because that original movie, it was supposed to be like the bad guy was supposed to be Brainiac. There was supposed to be two other cameos like Starro, and it was supposed to have Metallo.
Yeah, but that producer wanted him to have that third act with Spider. He didn't want him to fly. He didn't want him to have a cape. So the movie didn't get made. And then that producer worked on another movie, and in the third act, they fought a giant spider, mechanical spider, but it was in Wild Wild West. Yeah, like I'll send you the clip of him saying that, but like what he did in Evening with Kevin Smith, he used to talk about all of this stuff and that, and release these DVDs and stuff.
But he didn't stop there. He went on to League of Legends, and he played the Atom. I liked him on League of Legends, and he actually got married to the girl that was on the show. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, she played Damien Dark's daughter. Oh my god, is she ever good looking too, man? Whew. Yeah, like they were on together and then they quit the show. Yeah, even on like they had online like even on the show, but like Brown and Ralph was on Arrow got introduced on Arrow. I think it was Arrow season 2. And that's how he made it onto Legends.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
And then he played the vegan. He played the vegan on in the movie Scott Pilgrim. Yeah.
Yeah, I love his character. I mean, he's a good actor, and and a lot of people because they take certain roles, they want to like downgrade the actor they are. No, he's still a great actor. Honestly, that Superman Returns, I wasn't a big fan of it, and the only reason I wasn't a big fan is because they decided to do the whole baby thing at the end. I thought it was kind of unexpected or whatever. But honestly, as a movie, there are some great parts I love as a Superman fan. But there's one scene where he actually he's trying to get away from the world, and he goes out to space, and he just floats there for a second. That is one of my favorite Superman on screen from a movie. That scene every time I see it, it brings a tear to my eye because that director captured a certain essence of Superman, I believe, and Brandon Roth was pulled it off. A bunch of us, man. Smallville was dope. I love Smallville. And yeah, they continued in the comics, but it wasn't the same. The show. I said the show. What you talking about? Oh, yeah. That's what we were talking about. No, I mean, but I will say that I did like Henry Cavill a lot more than Brandon Roth. I felt like he fit the role. He looked more like Superman, I guess you could say. I know Scott Hordershide earlier, and I kind of passed it over, but he asked if they had already announced any of the casting from his Superman. And as far as I know, he stated that he has I think he has it narrowed down to 5, and they've already done auditions. James Gunn stated that he was blown away by the auditions. So, but I think he has it narrowed down to somebody, but I don't think he's made it public. Speaking of, and we're losing Travis. Speaking of Scott Pilgrim, Brie Larson sung Metric's Black Sheep, and I saw Metric doing a lot of. Yes, she did. I had to prove that to my brother because a lot of people thought that she lip synced that song, and that was actually Brie Larson. Brie Larson's a big nerd. I don't get the whole hate. I like Brie Larson. I am one of those people that are like they want her as Samus. Like she's been like trying to what do you call it? She's been trying to be cast as Samus for like the last, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years. Every year she posts like different cosplay of her and Samus. And I think that Travis coming back. Welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, it's starting to storm here, so it's just like getting a thunderstorm. So next time.
See you, beef. Hey, if any of y'all have to go, man, there's no point, rhyme, reason. I'm just bored, feeling a little better. No, I like Brie Larson. I don't get the hate. Honestly, I've watched a lot of her movies, and not just the superhero movies, and I like all her stuff. And she's
I don't
not
know,
one of my
like-
favorite actresses, but
I thought she was pretty cute. She showed up in Community, and she was Abed's love interest, and like he gets introduced to her because she's like the coke girl. He helps him do like a skit where like he's pretending he's on 2 dates, and then she ends up falling for him, and then he ends up dating her. She was on like a very short run on Community, but like I loved her character. I thought she was really cute on the show.
that's me, I suppose. That's me with every art. I mean, that's the hate on Ezra Miller, and I kind of hate that because technically he wasn't charged with anything. Yes, he might need some help. You know, we all get a little crazy, but like if you go look at what he was physically charged with, he wasn't charged with anything. But like I'm not saying he didn't do anything bad, but like I don't care. I mean, I'm not. I just separate the actor from the real person. I don't. That's like Michael Jackson. To this day, I will always love Michael Jackson's music, regardless of what he did in real life. That's like R. Kelly. I'm not gonna stop listening to R. Kelly because he was peeing on girls or shit. I mean, that just means I'm not gonna go hang out with R. Kelly, or I'm not gonna let my kids around him. You know, I got 2 daughters, and I got a grown daughter. My oldest daughter is 21. She is not going anywhere near R. Kelly. Luckily, he's in jail, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, she could get a corrections job. I don't know, but she ain't going nowhere near. But that don't mean she can't listen to his music. I mean, it's that's how it should be. It should be separate. You know, people are crazy, wild. We live in a crazy, wild world. I mean, people make mistakes. Like fuck, people get no second chances. And I like how we're quick to like we're supposed to be in a community that don't judge books by covers, right? But I mean, it seems like that's all we do. Like all this joking on the submarine merciful. Like man, we just laugh at people trying to make jumps as far as scientific leaps. Like, yeah, it might not have been the well thought out stuff, but I mean, I'm pretty sure Isaac Newton shooting arrows at his head wasn't too scientific either.
Now that one though, I do blame the guy that literally. I feel bad for the people that were on that ship. I feel bad for the people that were on that ship because there was a 19-year-old kid on that submarine that died, and so like people, you got to take into account of those people. And he was scared going on there, but then the guy that was like he saved money on safety stuff and like dismissed some safety stuff and like was known for saying that. Then yeah, he was the one that to blame. Like they shouldn't do that, and he risked people's lives and his own, and yeah, they ended up dying because of it.
I will agree. You know, I mean, it sucks that those 5 people were so sure that they were, you know, that they either were convinced or they were that positive that it was going to, I mean, but accidents happen, you know, I mean, you can, especially, that's one of the major complaints about humanity. We're trying to get up to space and we haven't discovered the ocean. You're talking about 85% of the world and we're scared to like try and do that. No, we're trying to get into space first. Like,
think about this too. We've said that we landed on the moon. Why haven't we been back?
Oh, we have 3 times. People forget
No,
that.
we have not. We've not been back since.
We have. There's a mirror that was from one mission that we put on there, and that's how we get certain images from the moon. We have a flag that we planted. That's from the one that everybody knows, and there's the footprints, and that comes from the 3rd one. There's 3 times we landed on the moon. As far as like going back, no. We set our sights on Mars and shit like that. It was reverse, Ezra Miller. All right, so going back to this. All right, so somebody had brought up, and it was Frank Castle. I love the name, by the way. It says, so Henry Cavill and Black Adam means nothing. Why would they tease the fans that like that without any payoff? And I think we're losing Travis again. And Trev said it the best. I think just stuff changed. You know, they really thought Black Adam was going to be a hit. It wasn't as big of a hit. Um, I mean, this is coming from a guy that loved Black Adam. I've seen it like 4 times. I don't see the hate on it. I mean, I can understand if you were against The Rock and you thought The Rock was going to be different. And I mean, it's The Rock. He's kind of got the same persona. That's why I personally love The Rock. But yeah, that was the whole, and then plus that they changed the whole like regime with James Gunn and the whole Snyderverse. So that was why they kind of, I mean, them getting rid of Henry Cavill. Black Adam flopped, so they trashed the whole Superman fighting Black Adam sequel. No, it wasn't that they. I mean, it was really because honestly, if I had to put my finger on it, it was because the whole James Gunn changing regime and Henry Cavill, as far as I know, he was one of the first to let go. And I don't know if he was like let go like that.
Yeah, it was because like the fact that the whole James Gunn stuff. Like I know Black Adam fought for him to come in and wanted to have that happen, but like with James Gunn's he wanted to reset everything. He wanted to come in with a new slate and stuff. That way he can work with something new, which is smart, which is really, really smart. At the same time, a lot of people were upset by that.
So to be fair to Warner Brothers, if we even as a joke start demanding Superman Black Adam, we might get it. It is kind of true because a lot of that's worked that way. But I mean, look at the whole Snyderverse petition. I think they got like 3 million people to sign that thing, and DC like batted their eye at it like nothing. Esteban did not like Black Adam, and there was a lot of reasons besides Dwayne Johnson playing himself. I mean, but that's like my whole complaint. You know, a lot of people not liking Jared Leto. You want to know the reason why I like Jared Leto as a Joker? Because honestly, it was the closest.
I liked it because of the JSA. The JSA was my favorite part of that movie.
Me too. I felt like now that we're not getting like more of that part, I mean, it's kind of like, damn, they were setting up some good elements to the JSA. Yeah, same. Trev said the same.
Like,
I mean, I love
we got introduced to the JSA. This is the first time they've made it to the live screen. They've never made it to the live streams before, so them actually getting their due.
Well, technically, you know, you could say the Watchmen, because they do have that whole JSA with the brownstone picture and the Watchmen.
No, I guess.
You could, you know, I don't even know if that's considered, because Watchmen wasn't considered any part canon to DC, and that was before they even added Watchmen 2. So I don't know. But they did have Sandman, and they had Hourman. No, but I was excited for it. Now, honestly, that was one of the most, like the Henry Cavill thing I thought was dope. But honestly, that's not the matchup I'd want to see. I'd want to see Shazam versus Black Adam first. Who the fuck? I would want to see Superman versus Black Adam first. It's kind of like, I mean, that's a build-up. That's not, that's after Shazam fails, you bring in Superman or something like that. My opinion on a lot of these movies is they're just making poor, like villain choices. Like, that's my problem with Shazam 2. I like Shazam 2, but I felt like it was a little early to bring in the gods for a hero that's just still learning who the hell he is. Like, and it's kind of my big thing with Spider-Man. Like, can we get a Spider-Man movie where he kind of focuses on some street-level thugs for, like, maybe 10 minutes of the movie? Like, I don't know. Can't be that hard, I mean, we got that one movie where he was, like, stopping the bank robbery with the, the mask. And that was in 3 movies. We got one scene of some friendly neighborhood Spider-Man stuff. No, but honestly, I think that's I think that's the problem with a lot of these movies. The first Suicide Squad, you have them go up, you have a team with no powers go up against the Enchantress, someone that is like Omega level powerful. I thought the second, that's kind of why I like the second Suicide Squad a lot better than the first, was because it had a more grounded, villain versus like a super OP. I couldn't get into Stargirl after the 4th episode. It was too cheesy for me. I love Stargirl, and I know Travis did too. I know a lot of us DC fans do. But Esteban, Trev loves it. He's watching it right now.
Yeah,
Um,
he is.
but I can tell you that I tried. Like I have both seasons so far on Blu-ray, and I'm waiting on the third season. But I've tried to get my brother to watch Stargirl like 2 or 3 times, and you're talking about for me. The first episode is a banger. I mean, it starts out with all the JSA dying, a big ass battle. Like, nah, he can't. He can't even make it past that first battle scene. He calls it boring, and I'm like, what? I don't know. Different folks, different boats.
Dude, my favorite scene like is like the first time, like, cause the first time that we get Sportsmaster fighting is fighting on the street, and that and he's like hitting those balls. I was like, fuck, this is such a great sequence.
That scene made me cry. Like when they killed off, and spoiler warning, they killed off Sportsmaster and Cheshire. Those are like two of my favorite. I mean, a lot of people don't know that, but a lot of the minor characters, a lot of the I love Batman and stuff like that, but a lot of the minor characters are more my favorite. I'm a huge Icon and Rocket fan. I'm a like I like Stargirl, but she's getting more popular now. I wouldn't say she's minor anymore. I
Yeah,
also heard The Rock was
definitely not
supposed to be
minor.
Shazam sequel, but he didn't want to do it. I had not heard that, but I mean,
I wouldn't say that there would have been a Shazam sequel, considering that that movie flopped.
Trev said that's correct, so maybe it is something. They even suggested Shazam and Black Adam, and Rock wouldn't let them. I can kind of see that because he wanted the movie to be about himself. I know everybody leads to that. Oh, The Rock has a big ego, but at the same time, like, I don't think it would have been right to bring in Shazam the first movie. But now, if there's other talk about like The Rock didn't want to be in the Shazam movie, now that's that does sound like ego stuff. I don't know.
Well, my understanding is he wanted to fight fight Superman. He just didn't feel like he was going to portray Black Adam. His Black Adam didn't really connect with that Shazam. And like after hearing about the second Shazam movie, how childish he was as Shazam, I kind of get that.
I mean, I think maybe it might have been just this moment, like maybe when they were talking about doing Black Adam, he might have not wanted to do that because it wasn't a possibility at that time. Maybe, I mean, but look at real character, like character in the comics. I mean, you're talking about powerhouses. Black Adam is right there with Superman. I mean, yeah, Superman can definitely overpower Black Adam. But I mean, remember when they brought him onto the Justice League, they had to have like 4 major Justice Leaguers like watch over him because they were so scared of like him going back to like villainous ways kind of thing. I got another gift. Oh, it's another Travis. I don't know how there's 2 of you. Okay, I'm missing some people. Mark showed up. Hey, Mark, what's up? Let's see. There was something I wanted to comment about. Okay, well, boy, they are slowly adding the Milestone into the DC universe, and they'd like in a couple of the past issues we've seen Vandal Savage show up in Icon and Rocket. He's in the current run Icon versus Hardware. He showed up at the end of like issue 2. And there's one other character that has shown up in the Static universe, but I'm drawing a blank. But they are slowly starting to bring the Milestone over to the main DCU. Or maybe the other way. Maybe they're bringing DC. I don't know how you would word that, but they are finally mixing the two, which I'm kind of happy with it being separate. Like I mean, I don't. It's kind of like Watchmen. I know a lot of people were mad that they were bringing the Watchmen into the main DC universe. I think it should be there, but I don't know. Like sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I do like the Watchmen in the DC universe, but I don't have a problem with it being separate either. It's kind of like V for Vendetta. I don't think V has made it over to the main DCU. I saw that, and I saw Durs got it too. Y'all lucky bastards. I wish I would have known that. I have so much stuff I want signed by Justin because I really like his lettering. Mark said he's still here watching TV with the wife. Gridiron Gang. It's not Black Adam, it's The Rock, right? I like The Rock, and I'm not, I'm like Esteban said earlier, like I'm one of those people that separate their job from their personal life. So honestly, I don't see a lot of the like Van Diesel versus The Rock, or I didn't see a lot. The only times I heard that stuff is when us YouTubers would talk about it or bring it up. I don't really follow a lot of real news. The submarine stuff. What's up, Rich? What's up, Rich?
Yeah, that was everywhere, and plus it was close to me. Like it's not too far. Like it's not too far from where I'm at. Like Newfoundland's just right beside us. So
It's crazy. I think I heard that from YouTubers, and at first I didn't. No, I think at first I saw maybe a meme, and I started questioning what the meme was like. But then I think it was, YouTubers actually getting into it. And then after that, I started talking with my boss, and by then it was like a pop culture conversation piece.
the thing I hate about the memes is that family members that are like worried about those like their families like that are trapped in there are seeing like they're all worried, and all they see in like everybody's Facebook, everybody's Instagram is that they're making fun of it and stuff. Like that's kind
The
of
thing
cool.
is, it's just as a culture, and it seems like it. Well, maybe not as in the whole world, but America right now, we're quick to hate. It's like that's our first right amendment or something is to hate on stuff. It's
Oh,
not like
Mark is right. Icon is in Young Justice.
so ecstatic. I forgot. Yeah, and when I was pointing at that comic when he said it, like the Rocket is in Young Justice and Static, and they actually they don't. I don't remember if they did the Big Bang thing like they did in the comics. I don't remember that, but I do remember they had that whole facility. I do remember that.
Young Justice animated too. Like Icon is on the team.
No, on the animated, Icon's not on the team.
Yeah, on the most recent seasons and stuff, but Icon joins the team.
Is he? I just remember Rocket.
Oh wait, yeah, Rocket, but Icon does show up. Sorry.
I don't remember Icon on there, and I think I've current with all Young Justice because I watched the 2 new seasons with Vandal Savage. Man, that the season that they came back with Young Justice, that was fire. You talk about you want to learn DC Comics, that's how you do it. You go watch those couple seasons of Young Justice, and they give you like a quick like rundown all the way from like Teen Titans to
I hate that how it was canceled, because like the reason why it was canceled was because of the animation works differently. Like not like DC animated movies, but like DC cartoon, like just cartoons in general. They have to make toy sales to really. That's where they make their money. And that if the toy sales are not selling, they cancel the show. And that's what happened to Young Justice. Their toys, like the show was fantastic. Even that second season where it got canceled, you got Wally West's death, but how they came back and how you had Aquaboy working for what? Aqualad, sorry. Working for Mantis, because Mantis was his father, but he was just in cahoots with them, and then it was a whole big thing, and you didn't know what was going on. You thought but it was a whole plan that they had because the Justice League was taking over.
For me, it was dope because I did not know how, I didn't know how almost everything ties back to Vandal Savage. Like, yeah, I mean, you're talking about like that show laid out something that I should have known being a DC fan, but like, bro, I did not know like Atlantis, and I mean, you're talking about it, and then I thought it was just on Young Justice. No, most of that's in the comics. I had to look it up. I was like, damn, I'm a Vandal Savage now.
Yeah.
It says Static, Icon, Rocket was in Young Justice, so was Hardware. I don't remember, but I don't know if I would have noticed Metcalf at that time.
I remember Static showing up.
Yeah, I remember Static.
And Black Lightning was also part of the team. It was a little different seeing Black Lightning part of the Young Justice team, because he was part of the team for a little bit.
I'm trying to think. They had a lot of cameos on Young Justice because they went through so many teams, and that's one of the things I liked about it. Like, I was just talking about that, Taki, because somebody was asking if you know, if they had started mixing in the DCU with Milestone, and I was mentioning that they had added, you know, a couple characters, and at the end of issue 2, you get to find out that Vandal Savage is mixed in with Icon and Rocket. I like what Hardware's doing. Are you reading that, Travis? Icon versus Hardware? Bro, what Hardware's doing? like you read it at first and you're like, oh, okay, another Flashpoint. No, because this dude's hopping through time trying to fix time, like trying to make it better or whatever. And they're doing the whole, like, at first he goes back and he makes everything shit, and then he comes back and he makes everything like he does the whole he kind of does the whole Injustice thing where he does the military, like, out of fear, like, commands everything. No, it's pretty crazy what they're doing with Hardware right now. But, like, that's how he runs into Vandal Savage, is flipping through time, and he starts noticing that Vandal Savage is in every time he goes to. He's like, damn it.
I've been.
No, you know. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's like I haven't been reading. I need to catch up on reading. Like I still haven't read Titans issue number 2. Still haven't read Superman number 5. Still got to read Action Comics where it comes out next week. The issue. I think I need to on 1055. Need to read.
I'm on, like, since I've been here, I've been on every other week. So this past week happens to be the week that I haven't picked up books. I was able to get a couple books that came from that week, but the only reason I got them is because my shop didn't have them, so I had to go to another shop, and, like, I went ahead and bought them because I knew my shop didn't get them. And that was Vape Trap. This is my bite, and that's the smoke. Okay. I don't hide that. Yes, I'm in Colorado. It's a weed legal state. I can do it legally, but guess what? I did it when it was illegal back then too.
Same here. I go to. You just pick up little joints, pre-rolled joints.
Yeah, we got those. I love those little capsules that they give us. They give us a little, like, they kind of look like photo, like, canisters. Then my brother, like, he goes to this one shop and they give him, like, badass canisters. You know, they're, like, big. They have, like, screw-on tops. Mine come in bullshit, like, little bags. You know, it's a thick bag. I mean, it's like, I think it's 6 grams, but still, it's like a little piece of shit bag. It's kind of nice, though. It tells you how much is in it, you know, how much THC, you know. Okay, so off then.
I would talk to you, but I have a pull list with Retro Rocket Comics now. My LCS with Chris and Kelly from Retro Rocket Comics, guys. If you're ever in the Cambridge, Ontario area, be sure to check out Retro Rocket Comics. They did not pay me to say that, but I'm happy to say because they're just fantastic. They're like it's strange seeing comic company so much involved with the comic community. Like they sent out so many AOKs. They've been in, like, a lot of people's chats. He's always saying hi to people in chats. He's everywhere, and that he helped out with comics curing cancer. They're just great guys. Chris and Kelly from Retro Comics.
I like both of them, but they are a channel that I don't frequent a lot. Like, I only know them. There's a lot of channels out here, guys, and I'm not one to hide that I can't watch everybody. And they're definitely in that mix that I might have only watched one of their videos ever. Like, I can mention a bunch of people, and you know, it is what it is. I don't know. I try and move around. It's like your channel, Travis. I don't show up all the time, you know.
And I notice every freaking time. No,
I like Chris. No, I wish I could. I wish I had the time to watch
It's
everybody.
impossible, man. You can't make it to everybody's show, and, like, you can watch them on the rewind or catch them when you can, but, like, they're there. They'll always be there. You always have time to watch it 2 months later. Like, you know what? That's gonna show up in my newsfeed. I'm gonna watch it. There's been videos that I've watched like 2 months later.
Oh, I do that. I don't do lives, but I do content. I enjoy content more than live streams. I would say that. I like live streams with a purpose, and those are usually the live streams that I show up in. I love the chat, you know, stuff like that. What's up? This is Link. No, but no, but I stayed on my channel. You know, I don't want anybody watching my channel that is not looking for a review. I don't, you know, I don't. I'm not a big fan of the whole support to support just because it's broken kind of thing. It doesn't work. I wish I could support everybody, but you know, I mean, I only got so much time, and no, but that's kind of the way. I mean, if you want to support me, that's nice, and I accept it, and I appreciate everybody that watches my stuff. But I don't, you know, if you don't have the time, if you don't need to watch the review, please, there are other YouTubers, kind of thing. I think that's how
Yeah,
it should be.
there is like reviews that I don't watch from you because of the fact that like, oh, I'm gonna read that book, so I'm gonna read that book first. Because you go over a lot of like your reviews
I
are
do
spoiler
spoil
films. Yeah, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna read this book first, and then I'll go back to it.
My channel, like like the review is probably the worst part of my channel because I don't know if it's technically called a review. I hardly ever talk about the art or the penciling or the panel lines or no. But I mean, I don't like being called like an overview or I don't know. That's weird. So it's just review kind of fits. But you already know why I do my channel. I do my channel for free for people that don't have money. You ain't got money for comics, you come over here. Like you see what I'm picking up. That's why I do my new comic books. That's the only reason I do my new comic book day haul is so people can see what I'm picking up and could be like, "Hey, can you talk about that book?" And I'll be like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." Like Taki, he's
All
done like 3 of
reviews
my.
are like all reviews are most times they're like your thoughts on the book.
Yeah,
So
my whole intention is trying to get people to talk about the books. I mean, it works sometimes, it fails sometimes, but it just lets me know what books people are into, kind of thing.
mhm.
Oh, I know Taki. No, but I do love requests, and that's what I was saying. Like Taki, man, him and my milestone stuff. I love
Let's
getting
start
requests.
with
It's like,
this.
what is that? Oh, let me see if I can make it big. What the hell is that? Oh, that's the book. Okay, with Detective Jim Fortune. Okay, I didn't
Yeah,
recognize
you
the logo.
got like you got the a Gorilla Grodd story. Some kind of it's more of like a Solivar story and the story of kind of like Gorilla City. And then next one you have a Kongorilla story and a Detective Chin. I only read the first portion, which was the secret origin of Gorilla City, and it wasn't Gorilla Grodd. It was Solvatar.
I kind of thought so. Either that or Mongier. And I thought they might have been the first because they always focus on Grodd in the cartoons and stuff that he made Gorilla City, but I didn't think he did. I thought it was somebody else.
No, it was an alien.
Alien?
I don't know. It was
Really?
some weird looking guy. I'll show you the weird looking thing because it came down like it's like it was a Superman vessel, and these gorillas found it and like gave them like superhuman powers. Like look at
Hold it there steady for a second. Huh, that's crazy. It's like a little like alien baby.
yeah, and then the crystal that came with it
Oh,
is like something that really gave them powers.
show the other page. That's the advertisement.
There we go. Can you see it?
Yeah. And what'd you say about that? They gave him the powers? The baby did or the alien did?
Yeah, it gave like that monkey, that Solvatar, the powers. And yeah, like they're like fighting over it. They created the city that they know. Look here for a second. This is what like became of the city because of it.
Oh, it started flourishing and stuff, right? And it started advancements, yeah. Because
Yeah,
at that point, it's
and
kind of like Wakanda.
yeah, and this like, oh man, this is what the little creature thing looks like.
What the hell? Looks just like me. Oh, man. First
Yeah,
appearance.
so I'm gonna be reading continuing on the story. I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with Kongorilla, but I'm gonna get familiar with him.
If I'm not mistaken, Con Gorilla was. I might be mistaken, but remember Joker had he's in the backstory of Joker who laughed and the Joker who stopped laughing in the other Joker series. But it's damn, I forget his name, but he had a gorilla friend too. Remember, gorillas were like big in like the '60s or '50s. They were like everywhere.
Well, yeah, like you had, of course, like Planet of the Apes was huge, huge.
Well, that was '70s.
Well, and not only that, like even in the '90s, you still continued. Like everybody grew up with like Air Buddy. They loved like Air Buddy and stuff, but I liked MVP, Most Valuable Primate, or Most Extreme Primate. Like that was my jam as a kid. I don't know if anybody else remembers.
Movies? No, what are you talking about? MVP, Most Valuable
MVP.
Primate. What the hell is that? Was that a Disney movie?
Yeah, it was a Disney movie. Please tell me, guys, that you guys remember that movie. It was like when he played hockey.
Anybody seen it?
And then like the second one, it came out. It was Most Extreme Primate, and he like rode a skateboard. Like, I didn't ream this shit up, guys. I hope not.
You lose. Nobody in the chat's commenting, so I will ask my brother because he loves these weird Disney sports movies. So I'm pretty sure if it existed, he's seen it. Because he's seen all the Air Buds.
Even like, guys, go look it up on YouTube. Google it. Google that shit.
I'm part of a comic book club, and we read a volume of a comic every month, and we enjoy hearing different opinions, and we're still friends and hang out. Yeah. That's one of the reasons I appreciate Legion of Comics. It's one of the reasons I love Legion is because he's able to take both sides of the story, listen to both sides, and comment either way, whether it's, good or bad, that kind of thing. Yeah, CBC.
You know what, Esteban? I don't agree with anything you said right there. We can't be friends anymore.
You didn't agree with that? You just read a book and talk about it? What the hell? And what was that? Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds? The Beatles? All right, let's see. I just want to hear people say book regardless. I don't sugarcoat the shit. I don't often do bad reviews because I don't come across them that often. But that's why I wasn't going to do my ASM rant. I was going to, there was actually a couple of people that wanted to hear my opinion, and that's what got me to do it. I didn't even label it as a full review because technically I didn't want to do that review. I actually, like if you saw the cover I bought for the next ASM, it would highlight how displeased I was with ASM. It was basically the equivalent of me buying a Sweeney Boo variant. And Trev knows what I'm talking about. I can't stand Sweeney Boo, man.
Trev said that he's in the new CBC ad. I guess it's like, when did he drop it, Trev? And I'm so happy that nobody commented and said, yeah, I know what MVP is. Most Valuable Primate. Nobody at all. I think that's why Wellbore put in Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. He's like, you're imagining it.
I think Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds was oh, maybe. I was thinking it was like a gorilla reference. Oh, my brother's coming out of the bathroom. I'll ask him when I get a chance. I'll be like, bro, you seen me? All right, let's see. A Pilgrim. I just read the Spider-Verse omnibus and it was great. Sorry to hear the new stuff isn't as good. It's not all Spider-Man. I mean, it's just the main ASM. Spider-Man by itself, that solo, it's been okay. I'd say right now Marvel is at an okay. When you're talking about it's the big two publishers, nothing okay should be coming out of that company. It should all be like the best art, the best story. You're talking about Marvel is way more valued over DC. And right now, the art and stories that are coming out of DC compared to what's coming out of Marvel and maybe I'm just blind or I just got this DC love going on, but man, the storytelling and the art on DC side is just immensely better. I mean, there are I do have some. I left like 5 Marvel on my pool, and honestly, it's Alien and Predators, which is the Fox universe, and the only other 3 real Marvel. I'm giving Hulk a chance. I told Travis I was going to make it to the 4th issue, and I'll go from there.
That's the only Marvel book I'm reading is the Hulk. I decided to give that a try because people were saying how good it was, and oh my god, like the art in it is like alone is freaking fantastic. And then you have the story with this horror kind of aspect of it, introducing new characters, and that I thought it was well written. I thought it was well done. Um, Definitely intrigued. Poor Trudy though. I only known her for 2 seconds at the beginning of it, but spoiler, guys, didn't make it. Poor Trudy.
Jumped after me real quick. Travis said, you know, it's a toss up. I love Disney. I've loved Disney my whole life, but honestly, I think right now for me, I'm not liking what they're doing with their new obtained properties. Like, I haven't been so much a fan of Star Wars since Disney has acquired them. But that's like trying to explain to Trav. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. That was actually one of my first passions as a kid was Star Wars. Before Ninja Turtles, GI Joe, comic, Star Wars has always been there. I mean, if I could bring my brother in here and ask him what was on my room as a kid, it was all Star Wars stuff, Star Wars and aliens. I've been a Xenomorph fan since then too. But my whole thing with Star Wars is they killed. I mean, you're talking about they killed 200 and something books and just real books, and then they killed like I don't know 2,000 something comics that they considered not canon, and now they're slowly like nitpicking from the stuff they said wasn't canon. No, that kind of pissing me off. Like first you tell us that it wasn't canon, throw away all those books. We're gonna make a whole new 233 novels I read that
That's
are
why.
no longer.
That's why I've been saying it since the beginning. Is just like you can't say like they can't separate because like that was whoever stated that at the time was in charge of like what the production was going to be, what the studio was going to go with Star Wars and that. But now you have so many different factions, and you can't say that this isn't canon, this isn't canon. No, they can make things canon if they want. Everything's canon until like you never know, because now you like the books were not canon, but now they're bringing back Thrawn. The movie that what's his name is going to base his series off of, like it's going to be called Heir to the Empire. Like
Yeah. I don't get that. Like that's another thing.
Heir to the Empire is considered not canon, but that's where we got introduced to.
No, that's where they're pulling.
Thrawn.
Yeah, that's where they're pulling all it, bro. Like you're talking about 7, 8, and 9, like in book form, was supposed to be Heir to the Empire, Dark Force Rising,
Yeah.
and
That would
okay,
so like after like
they
I'm
still
like,
did it. They did the same storyline. They just used different characters.
Yeah, because it would have been really, really hard to bring back because it happens like right after that. You still have a young Luke, you have a young Leia and stuff. Like it would have definitely been hard to bring that story to life. But I do like those lizard things that that I remember you talking about. The lizard things that like if you have them on you like near you and stuff, they look like,
they blocked out the force.
Yeah, they block out the force. They're like, that's why, like, I thought those creatures were so cool.
I never knew how they were pronounced, but it's something like Yasargadrid, something like that. It's a weird spelling. It starts with a Y. But they were supposed to be like koala type characters, but they were lizards or something like that. And they just hung on that dude's shoulder, like on Thrawn's shoulder the whole time.
Because they're the exact like koala, because koalas stick to the trees with their claws, like they dig their claws into the wood and stuff. These lizards kind of did the same thing, so I can see how you make that comparison.
Disney.
Like visually, we haven't really seen it because it was just in the book. So we have no idea what they would look like.
The Nahagi, that whole race, we haven't gotten them, and to me, they were dope because they were like an anti-force type of race. They were like the only known race that could fight the Jedi without like a weapon type of thing. I like stuff that's why I've always been a big Mandalorian fan, because once you get down to the core of the Mandalorian, like they were the only two. They were, besides the Sith and the Jedi, they were the only force in the galaxy that opposed either two. And I always thought that was a dope. I mean, you're talking about my love of Boba Fett started the second I saw him in Empire Strikes Back. And like you're talking about, like I don't see how everybody's not a Boba Fett fan, because you're talking about he scared Darth Vader. Like, who else did you see scared Darth Vader? Nobody. It was that one dude. He even had to like make specifications on Boba. No disintegrations. Like, bro, he was so scared of Boba Fett. You're talking about and seeing a first appearance, like someone walk on screen and having your biggest bad guy scared of a bounty hunter that he brought in. No, that was dope. No, but that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm super excited with the whole Mandalorian thing, because we're finally getting Mandalore back, it looks like, and I'm kind of curious to see what that's going to be. There was a lot of talk in the news today. We finally got the name of the next movie, the Star Wars movie. It's going to be called The New Jedi Order. My brother was showing me there's tons of hate on it, just tons. And I'm like, for what? The only hate I can think of this movie would be like, I don't know who the bad guy would be. Sith is supposed to be done. Mando's they're not a force in the galaxy at the moment. So, I mean, you're talking that's my only problem is like there's not a known enemy presence at the moment. But as far as anything, I mean, if you got the right writers, imagination is crazy, folks. You could do limitless stuff with imagination. That's what Star Wars is all about. That's why they call it a space opera.
And like, no, I know a lot of people are like done with Star Wars. They didn't like the last season of Mandalorian. I say you gotta watch Andor, guys. Andor, like, I still have faith. I have more faith in Star Wars right now than I do in Marvel. Even though I did like Secret Invasion Episode 1, that really surprised me. But Andor was fantastic. I'm pumped for Andor season 2. I'm pumped for Ahsoka. I still have faith. I'm still going to be watching these.
And they did announce. Did you see that? They said that Ahsoka is officially in Rebel Season 5. Even though it's called Ahsoka, Dave Filoni did say today, and Jon Favreau, they said that it's officially Season 5 of Rebels.
Yeah, that's sick then, because, like, of course, like, this is his baby and that, and like, they're bringing aspects from Rebels into the show. So like,
that means we're gonna get to see Ersa, baby. We're gonna get to see Ersa. You talking about we finally get another major Jedi back? Like, I've been waiting to find out what the fucking him and Thrawn disappeared into at the end of Rebels. There's two major things that I want to see in Star Wars. One is what they do with Rey. You're talking about she just completed and made the Force one. She just took the Sith and the Jedi and made them one.
She's coming back too in Dave Filoni's movie, which is going to be called, like, it's rumored to be called Heir to the Empire, and she's going to be in that movie, and I'm pumped for that. Like, people say that they hate, like, Rey. Rey was the good part. Like, I hear so many people talking about Rey, how great that character was, how great of a character she was. It was just poor writing, different directors quitting and stuff. Like, it was hard to keep that momentum going in the Star Wars franchise when you have like different directors. You have to have that one cohesive story done by the same person. You've seen how like what Snyder cut was compared to Joss Whedon's cut. That's what you get. If you have a different vision for what's going to happen, you can't really proceed that with different directors. So that's an issue that happened there, and like, they threw away some stuff that were going to happen. But Rey, I liked Rey. Rey was a great
problem. I can say there's a problem with what they wanted to do with where they were going, and I know that Joy Boyega, even though I loved him as Finn and I loved his character, and I don't think he's coming back. And he was a big focus on the story going forward. He's supposed to be, like, as far as it was rumored, he's supposed to be one of the first Jedi that joined Rey in her new Jedi Order.
I'm sorry, it's just aggressively the last one.
Well, yeah, what did he say? He says, yeah, I can't wait to see more Rey. I love that character. She shows up and kills everybody, steals your car. That's what she does. It's amazing. When did she steal people's car? What are you talking about? Talking about the Millennium Falcon?
I didn't know that. Oh, that makes sense. I wouldn't consider that a car.
Writing was bad and unoriginal, yes. What you talking about, Wellbore? For what? My problem with season 3 of Mando, and that, to me, that's kind of been that and Obi-Wan has kind of been I've liked everything else Star Wars. I liked all 3 movies. Yes, I have small complaints, especially with the second movie, the one where they switched directors. And I agree with Travis. I think that was the main problem, them trying to switch directors. And the other guy was like, no, I don't like where the story's coming. I'm going to write my own shit. And guess what? We got some bullshit. And then J.J. Abrams trying to come back in and fix it. Yeah, it's kind of like the whole Josh Whedon and Zack Snyder thing. It sounds exactly the same. No, but as far as me, I like the Obi-Wan would be the lesser of the shows they've come out with. I loved Andor. Andor was great. I'd say the first 2 episodes were a little draggy, but once you got past that, it was phenomenal.
Yeah, Matt, if you're watching this, Legion of Comics still hasn't gotten past the 3rd episode. Come on, man, watch it.
I will say those first couple episodes. Yeah, so
Yeah.
well, I mean, while they're doing the plan and everything and setting them up, hold on. Trying to get my brother to come ask him about this MVP. I didn't forget about that shit, bro. And I got 2 people here I can ask. Hold on. Yeah, you can. Have you ever seen or heard of a movie called MVP?
Yeah, with the monkey.
You motherfucker! Yes. He's heard it. He said he's seen it. Damn it! Damn it!
And then there's another one with a monkey and a skateboard.
Oh, yeah.
Most vertical primate. Sorry, most vertical primate.
Hold on. You just listen for a second.
So there's more than one. There's basketball, there's hockey, there's baseball, which is my favorite, is the baseball. And
I don't remember the baseball, but I do remember I remember the hockey one, most MVP, most vertical primate, and then I remember most vertical primate where he's on a skateboard.
You never seen it, bro?
I never even heard of those.
The baseball one's the best one to watch.
He said, my brother said the baseball ones, and after I said the one with the skateboard, he remembered. He said, oh yeah, the one with the skateboard. So he has seen them all. We were just talking about like his favorite, like how did we get on that topic? What were we talking? Your favorite, like
we were talking about monkeys, yeah, because of that book and stuff. Because that book was $1.50, so I'm guessing the Secret Origin came out like
late 80s.
89.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The year I was born.
I don't know. We're talking about something else. We were talking about it because
my birthday's in like 2 weeks, guys.
I know you all one birthday that I remember. You, Comic Journey, and there's a couple. I was talking to Trev earlier about this. I forget most everybody's birthday.
Starring Jamie Renee Smith, Kevin Zegers, and Alexa Fox.
Right there, the goddamn chimpanzee in a hockey costume.
Most valuable prize.
And we want to complain about the movies we got today, right? And yeah, we had a movie back in 2000 with a chimp in a hockey costume, and we complain about the movies today.
No, I'm just saying, like that chimp was a better actor than half the actors we got today.
Now that I can kind of agree with, even though I haven't seen the movie.
That's why I remember it.
Oh, there you go. Hold on, that's a good ass picture. Look at that. You talk about the editing that it took just to get that chimpanzee to do a kickflip on a.
Yes, that was my favorite one. I loved watching that.
Thanks to Randy, my brother. He said if you want to talk about his favorite like chimpanzee movies or monkey movies, it would be Dustin Checks In. Well, he said it's not his favorite, but you know it's a good one that he remembers. That's what he's doing. And he said check out the new Tarzan because a lot of people don't watch that. So and my brother loves that movie, so he says y'all need to go watch the new Tarzan. Yeah. Okay. He said, and it's got monkeys in it too.
I'll definitely watch that. Like,
it's got gorillas.
You had like George of the Jungle had monkeys in it.
George of the Jungle. Yeah, we saw that in theater. I think we saw that day one. Brandon Fraser. What you talking about? We were watching Brandon Fraser the other day. We were watching Bedazzled. What you know about Bedazzled? I love Brandon Fraser.
Bedazzled, man. That was a great movie.
You talk about like, Brandon Fraser got all this praise for The Whale, right? But you talk about his character acting in Bedazzled. We watched it with a dude that never seen Bedazzled, right? It was a movie that came out in 2000. So this dude never seen it. He didn't even know that was Brandon Fraser as the other people. He thought those were the other actors. He literally thought that's how good the character acting was from Brandon Fraser in that movie. He didn't like when Brandon Fraser was playing the Colombian drug lord. He thought that was like a Colombian actor that played like he thought he was goofing as that. He didn't know that was Brandon Fraser. That's acting. Baby.
Remember, Brandon Fraser was huge back then. Like, not even like people just look at like the Mummy. He's done the Mummy and stuff, but like you gotta look at like
See you, Wilbur.
that movie, Bedazzled. You gotta think of Monkey Bone. Remember Monkey Bone?
What's up, K-pop? Monkey Bone is great, man. That's another one of my favorite like weird movies.
Yeah.
Like I love that movie. My daughter and my son, man, when they were growing up, that was like one of their number one movies to watch, and it was so fun because it was such a weird movie. It's almost like Beetlejuice, or it's a dark movie.
It's funny how it starts though. Like it's just like you see the flab going. Like it's a cartoon at first. He's like you see the teacher's flab going, and then all of a sudden it just starts to happen. And then his pants get like grow and stuff, and then Monkey Bone pops out of his pants.
Right.
I was like, what the hell am I watching? Like I was 11 years old. Like I was like, cool. Like what the hell's this?
What's her face is in that movie? Rose McGowan. And this is not a theory. This has already been proven to be true. And it's not just Disney's Tarzan and Frozen. Frozen, Disney's Tarzan, Little Mermaid, and Entangled all are in the same, like they all connect each other. And they're not all in the same time frame, but it goes past that. It's from the original stories that they were pulled from. They're all from that area, like Denmark, Finland, like Scandinavia. But they did Disney did come on and say that fan theory was correct. I like that view, Travis. You look good. It looks like you have this costume. Like the whole thing is like wrapped around your head right now. Oh, no, you froze.
Here's Travi.
Here's Stravy.
Hey, what is up, Turd Ferguson in the chat? K-pop junkie.
Trying to post a link in my. There we go.
Yeah, jump on.
Anybody can jump on.
Best community hair girl.
Mighty Boosh. TM Modoc. He goes back to it, Trev. You hear my brother? He's coughing up lungs. I have no doors here, so if you can hear some other stuff, that's why. We have separate rooms, but we have no doors. People that designed this place were fantastic. I'm trying to think. I forgot where we were going. No, I think with Brandon Fraser, that's kind of what killed him off, is the Mummy. You're talking about how big he was up until then, and then he started doing the Mummy, and then after that, he like kind of disappeared until later 2000s. I think that there's that stigma with the whole typecasting. I think certain actors they did suffer from that, like Mark Hamill.
I think what happened was he was going through a bad divorce, and that's what really happened. Like he started falling off. Like he did show up. He did show up in the. No, he showed up in the first G.I. Joe movie. He had a very, very small part.
Did he?
Yeah, he was like one of the trainers.
Damn, I don't remember that. I actually like both those movies. That's another franchise that I was mad that they, it wasn't exactly my G.I. Joes, but I think it was good. And I think
they're going to come back.
Oh, they are. That's why they did. I mean, I don't know if I can talk about that yet. No, but there's something. There's a lot of big things coming with Hasbro. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the whole Energon universe.
Encino Man.
Yeah, Encino Man with Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
I think he did a couple with Pauly Shore, if I'm not mistaken.
He also did. Remember that movie he did with Adam Sandler, Airheads? That was good.
Yeah, Airheads was great. He said he got beat up on the Mummy, tore up his body, and he talked about it. Yeah, I can pretty much get behind that after you're doing like 4 movies. Used to live in apartments with no doors. Yeah, that's when I lived in New York. That's because I lived in New York for like a little less than 2 years. But when I had a little studio apartment, it had no doors in there either. It was just like one long hallway that it was like one room, like was kind of like my living room, and it was like the side hallway, and there was like a kitchen. It was weird. I mean, this one, it's like I'm in. I can show you real quick. I'll do a spin around.
Thank you, muted, buddy.
I am muted. Thank you. I was going to say I can switch my camera around and show you a little better. Give me 1 second. That's one thing I can say.
Oh, that's one thing he can say is me. What is up, guys? Thank you guys so much for chilling out with Evil's Comics on his channel tonight. Just an impromptu live talking about random shit.
Random shit.
So much.
And I kicked myself out of my own chat. All right, let's try this again. If you have ever had to do this on a phone, it is not so easy. Camera. All right. Facing back. All right. So my bedroom, right? And that's what it looks like where y'all see the studio. But like over here, it's just I mean, that's where there's a bathroom and a living room. That's pretty much it. But there's no doors. There is on the bathroom, but that's about it. We have a front door and a bathroom door. I'll show my place. I don't care.
It's like I know where you're headed.
Oh, now I gotta switch my camera back around because you're just staring at my brother's shit. And that's my brother's stuff right there. Hey! Yeah, he was shirtless. It's hot as fuck, man. I was telling Trev about that earlier. Like, I mean, we're cool most of the day until the afternoon, and I think it's just because the sun is like right there on us. But it gets hot. There's no humidity or nothing, but like we have 2 ACs in this hall, and they're both on max right now. I got a fan on me; it's still hot. That's what Esteban was asking why I was like messing with my flowy hair, but no, it's because I'm sweating over here. It's hot as fuck. I want to say in the hotel right now it's probably like 80-something degrees. Outside it's like 90-something. It won't get cold in here tonight until about like another hour or something like that because the sun's just now going down. And it's like 9:40 here. That I'm not used to, and the sun staying up. Yeah, but that's why my brother. I mean, we're guys, you know. It's just guys here. I walk around shirtless all the time. I put a shirt on for YouTube, and that's about it. You know, there's some guy out there that wants me to do a shirt collection video, and not doing a shirt collection video.
You stand up and show your entire shirt. Remember that guy? I haven't seen that guy in a while.
Well, the guy we had on earlier tonight, you know, I hadn't seen him in a while either. I wasn't trying to be mean to him, but you know, I really hadn't watched anything Looney Tunes in a long time. All my hair's over here. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I feel you, Randy.
That's actually probably his best friend, because there's 2 guys over there if y'all saw, and you probably didn't see. You were all focused on the naked guy. No, I got pants on, buddy. I got pants. Shirt, I can do shirt. No, my brother's best friend is. And they're smoking in the front, you know, while I smoke in the back, you know, kind of thing. That's who was coming to get Bud from me earlier. I was like, go get Randy. I got to ask him this MVP question. And he was like, okay, I'll go get him. Because that's one thing that's weird. Like, y'all might be able to hear a little from over there, but honestly, like the sound, well, right now you can, it's because he coughs really loud. But like, no, normally there's not a lot of sound that carries from over there to over here. My brother in the front room, he always has the TV on. He's always watching older movies. But they are smoking a blunt out front. You know, I'm gonna hit my pipe.
Yeah, I was listening to them. I was like, yeah, I gotta hit this. Hit this monkey glue, man. Monkey glue.
Mine is called Queen Mother Goji. OG.
You want to see something cool?
Queen.
Look what you know Triple G from the UK.
Yeah.
He's the one that sent me all those cards, the DC cards. I have another 3 packs that I unpacked. I already have them all opened up, and I just gotta edit the video and drop them next couple days. He drew this as well.
Oh wait, hold on, let me make it big. Oh, I made mine big. What the?
Yeah, you show.
Okay, hold on. Ooh, something that's kind of children, huh? I like it that.
Yeah.
She got a big nose, though.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool.
Still like it, though. So, what's Trev saying over here? Yeah, I don't hear a lot of background with you, Mike. Just kind of choppy sometimes, depending on how you stream. I think it's my connection, honestly. And like I've mentioned this before, there's like really bad rolling blackouts here. Yeah, I love that book. Get out of here.
Oh yeah.
Some great ones. Doomsday. Get out of here. What's up, Agent? What's up, JD?
9/8 of
The Doomsday.
Yeah. That was because shout out Cali Comics. I was just like, Roscoe really liked Doomsday, and I was just like, you know what, I'll just send you the comic. So I sent him my personal comic out of my collection, and then Cali Comics turned around and sent me that slab 9/8. I was like, oh shit.
Damn.
What's
Love
up,
Doomsday.
Agent Cajun JD, my brother, my
Yeah.
Kevin Smith brother.
Kevin Smith fan, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but we used to do a Kevin Smith, you know, where we were reviewing all his movies, and I would like to admit that now that I'm back, you know, kind of better, I think we need to get back on that. You know, we still got some other movies to review.
I think the next one was
Jersey Girl?
did we do Jersey? I know Jersey Girl was going to be on somebody's show. I think we did Jersey Girl.
Maybe we did. I don't remember.
I think because like Dogma was our third.
I know we
So
did
I think
Dogma.
we did Dogma. That was on my channel. But I think, yeah, Chasing Amy is cheap.
Oh,
All the
Chasing Amy.
movies are cheap. Even Clerks 3 was like selling at Walmart. Their DVDs for $5. I think we did do Chasing Amy, and it was on Neighbor to the North's channel. I remember making a thumbnail for it. That's why I'm.
Yeah, I know we did Chasing Amy. I know we made it past Dogma.
No. I mean,
Maybe we did Dogma on Neighbor to the North.
no, I did Dogma on my channel. I think.
Yeah, see, Raging said it. Jersey Girl was next, if I'm correct. I think Jersey Girl was the next one we were supposed to do. I think
remember
so.
making a thumbnail, but I check because it was supposed to be on Neighbor to the North's channel. So I'll just check Neighbor to the North's channel.
Yeah, but for all y'all that don't know, we were doing like slow release reviews on, you know, like all the Kevin Smith movies in order, and that's I think where we made it up to was Jersey Girl. And it was me, Travis. It looked like Travis froze, but it was Yeah.
I feel like we did Jersey Girl because Jersey Girl came out before Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and we did Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back on Neighbor to the North channel.
Give me 1 second. So my brother came in with some new evidence and some new information about this chimpanzee thing. I guess he went in the other room and he was, you know, looking at stuff. He said the baseball movie you're not going to find if you're looking for a chimpanzee during that NPB. That's not one of them. He said the MVP with the monkey movie that y'all were thinking about was Ed. That's the baseball movie with the chimp. But he said the MVP ones don't have a baseball one. It's like a hockey, a basketball, the skateboarding. And Travis froze, so that probably means he's going to come back in. Yeah, I do remember that. And he said the main actor was Joey from Friends, Matt LeBlanc. I like Matt LeBlanc. I don't remember. We were doing that because of all the hate on Kevin Smith. We're huge Kevin Smith fans. Honestly, I don't have anything that I've come across that I don't like that Kevin Smith has either been a part of, he's directed. I like the He-Man stuff all the way through. It's not even the first part. I like the first part, you know. I've liked everything, Kevin. So I'm reading his current comics, Masquerade, and I read all the what was the other one called? It was like the
Masquerade, and
what's the other one called? It was short. It was only the 4 issues. But it was just tie-ins. It was just like short stories from all the movies.
Wasn't it called Quick Stops?
Quick Stops. That's it. Quick Stops. I've honestly, I love Kevin Smith. You know, I know people want to take his quotes and be like, "Oh, he said he wasn't a He-Man fan, but he made a He-Man movie." I don't care. You know, to me, he still made something that was good.
It still did good enough in that, because toy sales sold out the roof. Good, like it did have a lot of views, and it's coming out with the next season. It's going to be called, the first one was Revolution. This one's going to be Revelations. So I think could have that backwards, but who knows? But I just checked, and unless we did we go on Roscoe's channel and do a video on Roscoe's channel? So I didn't check. I think you're muted, buddy.
I was talking to my brother. I'm sorry. I was listening to you too, but
I'm gonna go check out. I'm gonna check out Roscoe's channel right quick. But like, you did Clerks. I think Raging Cajun did Mallrats.
yeah.
I did Tylux did Chasing Amy. No, Tylux did Mallrats. Raging Cajun did Chasing Amy. I did Dogma, and Neighborhood of the North did Jane Silent Bob Strike Back. So if Roscoe was the next person to host, I'll check his channel to see.
Okay. What was I gonna? I was gonna say something else. Oh, Monkey Trouble was good. My brother's still on a monkey kick. That's kind of what I was getting distracted with, because he was asking me like monkey movie questions, and he brought up like Congo, which was a great monkey movie. Also written by Michael Crichton, the same guy who did Jurassic Park. I love that book. No, but he was talking about he brought up Ed, and then he was talking about what was the other one you just mentioned? Monkey Trouble with the little girl and the little monkey. You remember that one? It was like a 90s movie. Oh, Trent froze again. Damn it. Oh no, he might have went to Roscoe's channel. Yoga, I love Yoga Hoosers. It's like I had to watch it twice. The first time I wasn't such a big fan, but after I watched it, I liked it a lot the second time. But honestly, those are the movies that I'm hoping we get to, like, because some of his later movies are more my favorites. I love his originals, like Mallrats is definitely my favorite. I love Clerks. I can still watch it to this day and still find it funny. But I kind of like some of his later stuff, like Tusk. Man, I love Tusk. You talk about such a weird, like, horror movie that has a real world story attached to it. I like that.
So the reason why I remember watching Jersey Girl, because I watched it for the first time to set up for the thing, but then life happened and we all had to postpone. So I think that's why I thought we did that movie, but we didn't. I checked everybody's channel and we haven't done Jersey Girl. So Jersey Girl would be up next, and it'd probably be on Geek Out with Roscoe's channel next month.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I think I've only seen Jersey Girl once or twice.
Yeah,
I do remember I liked it. Red State was good.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is, like, what we planned is we're gonna do the whole View Askew universe first, and then move
Yeah.
on to his other movies. So like, of course, we're not gonna like jump to like Clerks or Clerks 2 and then jump to Red State. We're gonna continue with Clerks 3 would be the next. Like it just
Yeah, we're doing them in order.
and then we'll jump to the other ones like Yoga Hosers, Tusk.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's what that universe is called, is the Yoga Hoosers universe, I think is what he titled all his other. Don't quote me, but I think that's what he was. What he
Yeah,
dubbed it.
Red State was damn good. And like
Yeah,
I was
Red
talking
State was
about
great.
earlier, how Kevin Smith did these like interview with Kevin Smith, the talks like he used to do, the Q&As and stuff he did. Too Fat for 40, like he just do conversations, go out and do DVDs and stuff, and talk a little bit about like life. He was talking about how he's doing Red State, and like he just kept writing page after page, and like he didn't even know where he was going. So it's really cool to hear that.
This boy's trolling us. He said he hadn't seen any Kevin Smith movie. Get out of here. What's up, Glenn? You bestie?
Yeah, Esteban, we can't be friends no more now.
Right? You gotta get out of
I
here.
was kidding earlier, but now I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm out of here. Esteban. Piss me off.
Well, he has some good movies. I think it just depends on Esteban, like the way you chat and the different lives, like especially in Legion. I think of anybody, you'd be a Kevin Smith fan, because Kevin Smith has a very like realistic way that he sees the world, but it's also kind of sarcastic, and that's why I love it. That like the first Clerks movie, there's so much realism, but at the same time, like it's like the stories that go into it. I love like all the different stuff that's in Clerks that go on in the background, like the stories that you do have in the front of the movie. Man, there, I don't know how to explain it. I've ever since I've seen, because for me, I saw Clerks first, but that wasn't what made me fall in love. It was Mallrats and the whole love behind comics. I mean, Stan Lee was in the damn movie and a big part of the movie. Like,
He was like a realization for Brody, and like a life-changing moment. Like he made him think another way. And he took that advice from Stan Lee. Like he wouldn't own his own comic shop, and it wouldn't be together with that girl at the end.
I mean, if I were to say, I mean, there's different, because like my brother does not like a lot of the Kevin Smith movies. He does like the more theater traditional Kevin Smith movies, like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Dogma, like those type of movies. And honestly, if you're not into artsy movies, then that's actually the movie that I would start you off would be Dogma. It has very few ties to the whole rest of the universe. Like it's a pretty much just straight in story from beginning to end.
It does come back like a little bit.
Oh, it does.
Like,
it has a lot of ties.
That's why it's in the View Askew universe, because it's still set in that universe. Like even though you are right, it has little to nothing to do with the franchise. And the only time it ever comes back is Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back during like at the very end where they're like it's like they're going to see a movie review. All of the characters from the Youth Creature franchise and God herself shows up.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah, Dogma has Selma Hayek, right? Right.
And then you have
and Alanis Morissette is God.
You have Lucifer, or not Lucifer, Loki from Dogma show up in Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Yeah.
For like no simple, like he was just there to be there. But I kind of liked it. I thought it was kind of funny.
And not Loki. What was
his name? His name was Loki. He was Loki and Barnaby.
Was it Loki? Was that Ben Affleck's character?
No, Ben Affleck's character was Barnaby, and Matt Damon's character was Loki. And he shows up in the movie of Returns or Reboot, and he's like, "Hi, it's me, Loki. Remember me? You guys thought I was dead. I wasn't really dead. I got reborn." And and it's just like I'm Loki before Loki was cool. So I really like that. Yeah, Selma Hayek in that movie as the Muse. Oh, that was good.
That was how Matt Damon ended up in the Thor movies as the fake was because of those
Yeah.
Kevin Smith
Yeah,
and
'cause he
same
played-
thing for Ben Affleck doing his cameos because of the whole Daredevil, which I've heard rumors. I've heard rumors, but
too, man. Wouldn't that be
yep,
awesome?
that Ben Affleck is going to show up as Daredevil. And supposedly Jennifer Garner was seen close by.
That would be rough though, because those two used to date. Now that
Yeah. That's years apart. I'm pretty sure they settled. It's like Charlie Sheen and Denise Richards. You know, they went a bad way, but they still communicate.
yeah, they did show up in like. I think they were separated when she showed up in 2.5 Men as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they still kind of work together. And I think she showed up in Anger Management, that next show Charlie Sheen did. I think Denise Richards showed up in a couple of.
All right. No, and plus that is a job, you know. I do understand that certain actors wouldn't want to work with certain actors, kind of thing. You know, depending on the situation. I know that was Brad and Angeline. Like they refused to work with each other. I get that. As far as I know, I don't think Ben and Jennifer had that, and they're both. As far as I've seen, I think they're both good people in real life. Like you don't hear a lot of drama, you know, behind Jennifer Garner or Ben
I think you're
Affleck.
right, Talkie. I think Talkie was right. Like that's what I thought too. Is Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck were married for a portion.
Yeah, I think they were.
I guess you got to look at it too.
Yeah, they were married. And they have kids.
You go on like a lot of. Oh, they were married and have kids. Ooh, that makes it a little bit more difficult. But I can. Well, I guess it doesn't make it that much difficult because they're used to seeing each other then because they're
co-parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know who Ben's dating at the moment. I don't follow stuff like that.
Ben's married to Jennifer Lopez.
Is he?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
And I got married, I think last summer.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah. Weren't they messing around before or something like that? Like back in the day?
They were together for a while, and then they broke up, and then he got together with Jennifer. So he left Jennifer Lopez, started dating Jennifer Garner, ended it with Jennifer Garner, and started dating Jennifer Lopez again. He has a thing for Jennifer.
3 girls, damn. I did not know that Ben Affleck's got 3 girls with Jennifer Garner.
So like, I don't quote me on this because I didn't look, but like, he's been married twice for sure, and both of them were Jennifer.
Who was the first Jennifer? I thought. Wait.
You have Jennifer Garner, and then now he's been married to Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, okay. I was thinking somebody before Jennifer Garner. Wasn't he? Who the fuck was he dating? He was dating another celebrity. Wasn't Ben Affleck?
Yeah, he was dating Jennifer Lopez for a while too. But
yeah, they did that. They had a couple movies because I think J-Lo and Ben Affleck is in Jersey Girl, right?
Yep. They're in Jersey Girl, and I think they're in another movie.
Yeah, they did a rom-com. I think it's called The Ring. No, damn. Damn, what is that?
Geely.
Oh, yeah, Giggly. Or G, yeah, whatever that is. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Tom. Giggly. That's what we're going to call it, because that movie sucked. Giggly. J-Lo, and she hated Matt Damon. I've heard Matt Damon can be a douche, though.
Yeah,
it kind of comes off like
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon do work the best together, and like they've been best friends since they were kids. Like even in Air, they're together in Air again. Matt Damon, like Ben Affleck, wrote Air and made Matt Damon the star of it. Ben Affleck is like a minor character, but he also directed it. So.
Yeah, it's weird as shit. So he was dating J-Lo during Jersey Girl, and then broke up before the second movie. Then he married Garner, and now he's married to J-Lo. Just make up your mind. Hey, he's got options. You know what I'm saying? I take the options.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's how much I follow real world people. You know, I don't. You know, I keep all that separate. I try to. The more you look into, these actors and stuff, I mean, the more you find out they're just regular bad people like us. There's only like a couple celebrities, honestly, that I've blacklisted that I won't condone because of their actions in the real world. And like, honestly, there's only one that I like to talk about, like, even waste my breath on him, but that's Will Smith. Like, I don't condone anything that he does now after that whole slap thing, and it might have been a joke to some people. No, fuck that. You're talking about, you're somebody that kids are supposed to look up to. You're not just an actor. You're not just no, you're talking about the movies that you're in. You're talking about the movies that you choose to portray, and that's how you're going to act in public when somebody makes a joke about your wife. Get out of here. You're talking about like Hollywood's been big on promoting like this bully hate stuff, and what was that? Like that was like live on air. You're talking about that dude just walked up and smacked. No, bro, I have no love for Will Smith anymore. And I did like him as an actor and stuff like that. But to me, you're talking about something that was completely disgraceful, and not only that, but the whole like what he was posting afterward. It made it even worse. We have to start treating celebrities as human beings. I mean, we could. That's where you go wrong. I'm playing. I don't know. It just depends on how you look. He married Bo Jen, so he wouldn't say they wrong name during sex. Well, then that's one way to look at it. I'm pretty sure he has to call like Jennifer Lopez a different like fun name in the bedroom, because like I'm pretty sure he can't just get away from
I was listening to Smartless. It's a show that's done by like I can't think of their names right now, but like Jason. I don't know. It's like forget their names, but like Jason Bateman. Jason Bateman. He does a podcast with a bunch of other celebrities in that called Smartless. And he brings on guests, and they had Ben Affleck on there. Jason Bateman was in Air as well, so that's why he brought in Ben Affleck. And Ben Affleck kept calling J-Lo Queen. His Queen.
Queen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine that he'd have to use like a different, because he couldn't get away with just calling her Jennifer, especially after his ex is called Jennifer, and he'd have to have some distinction between the two. Smartness. I like this comment. That wasn't Will. He was possessed by Tupac. I can kind of believe that. You show me the ghost footage where he gets into his body, and I'll be all behind that. I'll get behind Will Smith. I'll be like, yep, he was possessed. I'm sorry. At least I'll take that.
Tupac.
Right. That we never got.
Remember the South Park episode? We're going to get all these dead celebrities like Michael Jackson.
I live in South Park now. It's crazy how much Colorado like actually supports and talks about South Park. It's kind of crazy. I didn't think it was going to be that big because you go to Texas, they ain't talking about King of the Hill. They ain't talking about Beavis and Butthead. Not like that. Like it's a Texas like pastime. Hell no. Over here in Colorado, look at the damn restaurant. They post that on the damn news. Look, they're finally going to open Cafe Bonita. They've been waiting for that for like 3 years, supposedly, for this stupid South Park restaurant to open up. That is not viewing them as gods. They're just people like us. I think that's the whole, like, come on. Say it again, Trev.
The Suda Supla?
No, it's called I think it's called Cafe Bonita. I think so.
Yeah,
hold on, that's great.
The Suda Supla is a different one. Cafe Bonita. I remember that one.
Cafe Benina. I think that's what it's called. It's a big pink building restaurant, and they've been like it has like a waterfall pool inside the restaurant. It's got some crazy shit. It looks more like a restaurant you find in Vegas or something like that. But it's owned by like Matt Trey and Matt Stone and Trey Parker or whatever. That's the whole like, and it is like it has like parts of the restaurant that are South Park themed and stuff. But I think it's going to be like, if you could put Simpsons in a city like in America, like people would flock to that city just because it was like Springfield, Illinois or Springfield, Texas. I think that's the whole like, the drive behind the restaurant kind of thing. Hey, come to the city where South Park, happens. I will say that the people on South Park, and not everybody, but in a mass majority, it does kind of line up. You do run into like those kind of people that you saw in South Park.
That's scary.
It's kind of like Walmart, but minus Walmart. They're just walking around in public. That's kind of what reminds me of. Like, what is that lady wearing? She's wearing a big old like shark costume as to the bank. Okay. Why Tupacs when you can have three? We never got three. That's the problem with the Tupacs. I'll put the plural on the end of Tupacs. I see what you did there, Glenn. You're trying to be slick. That's when I just give you the song, Dear Mama. Dear Mama. Now, what were we talking about before I said that? Okay, so let's go back to that. I mean, I get that. I think that's how a lot of people, I think that's like a celebrity status thing as it is. We just see celebrities, and not just actors and actresses, but sports people, like our comic people, they're just on a different level. It's like as soon as they get famous, it's like they go up on this pedestal and at that point they can do no wrong. It's like when people will tell me like, Beyonce and Jay-Z have the best marriage ever.
Okay.
Right. I don't know. I don't. I will say I do put my famous people on a pedestal, but for different reasons. I love Stephen King. I love him as a writer. And that's what pedestal he's on. But as far as everything else is concerned with, like, I mean, that's it. Like, do I think he's a great person? And honestly, he can be real shitty at sometimes. He's kind of shitty to the fans. Like, but I love Stephen King. I don't know. And why 3 when you can have an 8-pack, right? Yeah, go for it, Rachel. I mean, we're just rambling here. It's just me and Travis. I've been enjoying it.
Katie, jump on.
I know. Post the link. I was trying to get Glenn in here. Oh, my brother's coming back. 1 sec.
Glenn, jump on. You sexy bastard. Come here, Glenn. Mike was just looking at me. The hell's he doing?
He was showing me like a reel on Facebook or whatever. My brother and his friend watch a lot of reels. They're one of those people I could say that if you're making shorts, my brother's probably watching. He flips through so many damn like that's pretty much. I mean that and like old school movies. That's all he watches. Every now and then he'll show me a funny one. Complains about the blue check mark while he has one. Who's complaining about the blue check mark? Who's a mod and complaining about being a mod? Huh? I don't think anybody has a mod thing on my channel.
No.
I don't need them. Somebody gonna get on here and show a dick. I'll let it happen. Let's go. I have no offs on my channel. I ain't trying to get banned.
Stop the link.
I'm trying.
Come on, Katie. Katie, you need to come on now.
I want Glenn to get on here. He'll hop on other people's channel. He won't hop on mine. I see how it's going.
I did the new Glenn already. So.
You know you can't see, right? Why don't let me post this link? Oh, there we go. It was asking me if I wanted to verify the link that I was sending. Complains about the blue check mark while he has one. Stephen King.
Oh, on Twitter.
Oh, I'm not a big Twitter fan. I think Twitter is just
No, like it's like get a blue check mark now. Like it used to be able to verify your account, which used to help like people in the media. Actually, like it. Twitter was like a point for like people like with like the part of like the media, part of like
It's supposed to be like authorized famous
journalize,
people.
journalize this. That like not only that, but like people that can verify their account, help with jobs, help them get jobs with like. I'm talking about like people that are like high up there, like not celebrities, but like people like journalists and people like because there's this one girl that she's part of like Kristen Harloff's show. She's only like a casual person on there, but she used to get jobs from that. It was journalism and type of jobs like that used to help. But now you have to pay to get that check mark, which deems it kind of useless because now everybody can have a
That's what they
verified
do
check
on
mark.
Instagram. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
anybody can get in. It's kind of dumb. Like I don't like that they're doing the paid thing. Like I'll never pay for it. I don't see why people would.
I'll be right back.
See you, Taki.
Later, Target.
Yeah, it's getting late, guys. So if y'all got a jet, I'm not going to work tomorrow. I'm technically sick. I've already called in. I'm feeling a lot better, but it's been coming back in waves. So, but I don't have a job technically where I have to call in. Technically, I just had to let my boss know, kind of thing. I was like, hey, I'm probably not going to be there. I've been feeling sick all weekend. And he was like, all right, I'll see you Tuesday. But I did it as a precaution. What I have is very contagious. My brother had it. I came home within 2 hours of like him telling me he was sick. I started to feel sick. And it was that quick. I was like, shit. And it just felt like the flu. Yeah, but I don't really hold. I believe I like the whole famous status. I would say, but I don't like how the paparazzi and stuff flood famous people. Like, I believe we've lost some people due to that. Paparazzi stuff. I don't know, and especially nowadays, we got people, messing with the media, like the whole Pickett situation or whatever that was. Trying to fake the whole. I don't know, but I've always kept a different status for celebrities and stuff like that, and what they do in the real life. I mean, there's a whole bunch of celebrities, if I can think about it, over their full-on careers. By the time they died, they've been, and some of them had some horrible ways out. Like, I love Chris Benoit, the wrestler, but you're talking about like the way that he exited the world. Like, and I knew, if you were a Chris Benoit fan, you knew that he was troubled, before we got there. But man, you talk about a surprise for me, especially since I was a teenager at the time. But like Phil Hartman, man, if you know Phil Hartman, man, had that whole tragedy behind there, I don't know. I've just always kept celebrities on a different status. I get real weird with celebrities because I do keep them on that status, but I just have nothing but love and honoration and gratitude for every famous person that I meet. Usually, the first thing that comes out of my mouth is a thank you and for what you've given the world, kind of thing. Whether it's stories, music, acting. Because I mean, a lot of people fail to realize how much time these famous people physically put in. Doing a movie, it's like 18-hour days and takes. You're talking about they might be doing the same take for like 50 takes. I'm physically in some movies. I'm in Arlington Road. I was in they're all Houston based and mainly extra roles, but I was in a couple movies. But You're talking about the one extra big role that I had in Arlington Road, where you can see me twice, like from my backside, and you can see me from the front side. But it was just a classroom situation. I was going to school at the time. But you're talking about that one take. There was like 12 takes. It was just to do a camera pan of a room, and the director was just it wasn't even the director. It was like an assistant director that was filming that scene. But like it was just like the actual lighting or something that he wasn't great. It had nothing to do with the actors or something. We just had to keep getting back into position and redo it. No, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into all that, you know. I'd say I have higher standards for famous people, especially on the amount of money we pay them and that kind of stuff. Especially like sports people. I voice this a lot. I'm not a sports fan at all. I was when I was younger. I'm not as a grown man. I don't knock it. I'll make snide comments about it, you know. But I don't knock anybody's passion for anything, whether it's buttons, stamps, you know, dishwashers, comics. I mean, it's your passion. I find it weird when I meet people and they don't have passions, kind of thing. And I am super rambling because it's just me. Travis disappeared. I got 4 people watching. Thank y'all. It was a lot earlier. I know it's getting late. I've been going for 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's crazy. I just got on here and shoot shit. I don't know. I will show one Marvel book that I did pick. Yeah, was able to get that. Yeah, the 4-eyed Spider Boy. Now, even though I did make that post about Marvel, there have been some good reads. Daredevil and Punisher have been really good. Hellcat has been good. All right, Esteban, talk to me, man. I'm just talking to myself over here. I'll play. No, but I've been enjoying Daredevil the whole way through. Punisher was really good. Hellcat is one of my top favorites right now. It surprised the hell out of me. I didn't know it was going to be that dark. For the most part, man, I'm just even trying to. I have a whole stack that have been here for like a week, and after just numerous things in Marvel, like I haven't. There's been no want to read any of these.
Join us, baby. Join us, Glenn.
Tell him. Glenn's probably asleep. He should be asleep. This one's been good. Lethal Protector, Venom. Main Venom. It's been okay. I haven't started this, the Edge of Spider-Verse, even though I just showed number 3. I haven't started any of them. And I fucked up because I had the connecting variants, and I went for the stupid Spider-Boy thing, so now I got that. All right, yeah, it connects. What's up, Aaron? I hope you have a good night at work. You still doing the same stuff? Cleaning the parking lots, I think. Pressure washing. Yoda has been good, actually, and that's the one Star Wars. I am buying Mando, but I'm not reading it. But you know, Yoda has actually been pretty good. I have not read Guardians of the Galaxy number 2, but I did like number 1. I mean, there are some Marvel series that I'm continuing out. I will finish those series. There's some on the future that still look interesting. I'm not 100%, you know, just straight up banning Marvel. I've done that before. Back in 2016 to 2021, I was on a Marvel ban where I didn't buy any Marvel comics. Street sweeping, that's what I thought. Not pressure washing. Well, I guess it's under the car. No. Oh, we lost Travis. Bye, Travis. Now y'all just stuck with me. How y'all doing, guys? We got Aaron at work, listening. And I can tell you, I can't stream too much longer because it is getting kind of late. We're kind of I work really early normally. This would be my bedtime right now. It's 10:30 here in Colorado. I wake up in the morning at 4 o'clock. I'm out the door at 4:30. I'm at my job at like 4:45, something like that. I'm officially starting work at 5. And that's like I go to like 2 different locations. So usually I'm there for like 2 hours, and then I head to the next one, and I'm there for the rest of the day, like 7 to 2. But I'm usually before I'm normally my whole life I was a night owl. This is the first time ever I've done like a daytime job, but it's money related. Now going back to what I was saying about Marvel, there are still some comics that I will be picking up, but I mean I probably won't be going back to Marvel until I hear some word of mouth that from some trusted people, and there's especially on like comic opinions. There's I don't know, and I don't want to be mean about saying this, but there's like I wouldn't say very few, but there's a handful of people I trust as far as like what my thoughts and their thoughts line up with comics, kind of thing. I don't know. Because I have like I would say I do have a blinder on when it comes to comics. I love comics. I love storytelling. I love art. I mean, that's the whole reason. I read real books. I got a dude in my chat that loves Stephen King. Right. I read big boy books too. That's why I read comics, because they have art. I mean, all right, we got Travis back. All right, I'm not talking about my phone.
Comics have art.
Peter Mulligan's excellent. I did not pick up excellent, and I can voice that a little more AR. Sorry, AR. That's probably my biggest problem with Marvel right now is X-Men. I'm a huge X-Men fan, and like for me right now, having like a 5-year gap of reading, and that's it. It was a 5-year gap. Like I'm so lost on X-Men. I mean, yes, I've been reading since 2021. I have a pretty solid understanding on where we are, like Krakoa and all. No, but you're talking about like in my opinion, they've made X-Men like so confusing for no apparent reason. And yes, Hickman, I mean, is the start of that, but he's not even on X-Men anymore. And it's still going. I mean, they've even carried that over to Deadpool. They have the text pages and they have the little secret Easter eggs in the corner of the issue that I can't ever figure out. I've never been able to figure out any of the text Easter eggs that they drop in X-Men.
X-Men.
No, go again. I cut you off.
I said X-Men's confusing.
For me, it's just the current, and I want to go back to Mark. I think Mark is right. I think if I think if Disney doesn't have full rights to it, they're kind of tanking it on purpose. And I kind of have to agree that makes business logical sense. Like I can understand, because to me that makes no sense. That you're taking your top properties, X-Men, Spider-Man, and I understand. I'm reading Fantastic Four. It's been decent. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but the Fantastic Four that I used to know, that was one of my top comics. Fantastic Four, X-Men, and Spider-Man were like my jam. I love that Fantastic Four for the whole sci-fi aspect. I love Spider-Man because, I mean, you're talking about relatable, but he had some of the best villains, and the Ghost Rider's there too. But I mean, a lot of these, I mean, Marvel was one of my biggest passions growing up. And now what we have now, like if I could have told my teenager self, this is where Spider-Man was going to end up, that he was never going to marry Mary Jane, that he was going to have this constant battle with even dating Mary Jane, like I mean, no, there's just so much that goes into like what they're doing with them. I don't get it. All right, let's see. Is Mulligan Alfred's Corner in the Marvel Unit the most recent run HBO show? The only reason I stayed away from Excellent is because I didn't know a lot of the characters. There have been a lot of new X-Men that have shown up, a lot of new X-Men, and they just, like, there's so many, I just don't know all of them. I mean, Sync was new for me, and Sync's pretty dope, but you're talking about, that's in the main X-Men run, but and I have been reading some off X-Men stuff. I'm reading X-23, I'm reading Deadpool, which technically is a X title. Not, I don't know. No, but I'm picking up Immoral and Immortal. I just thought that I haven't had the answer to that question. Why would a company, tank your most making money properties? And I didn't have an answer. That's why I did that whole rant on Spider-Man. I didn't get it. But like listening to well, we got Esteban joining the stream.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Esteban?
Finally got on.
This is a first appearance?
On you guys' stream. I've been on other people's streams. Not
This is a first appearance for me. I've never seen you. So what you trying to hop? What you got going on to the conversation? What you got to add? Do you like an X-Men from Hickman?
I hated John Hickman's X-Men because it's just like the whole mutants hating humans, and
That too.
I just felt like that Professor X is not Professor X. It's just like the way he's written him is just like out of character.
The whole quiet council thing and finding out that Sinister was on the council, and I don't know. There's weird choices.
It's not X-Men at all. It's just like I couldn't get into it. Like the Power of X and the House of X, everyone was so hyped while I was just like disappointed. I just hated it. Like,
I haven't.
Get into it.
That's in that gap that I haven't read, like Ten of Swords or whatever that is, or Power of Swords and House of X, or I've missed all that.
Like I dropped it after like when he got to the Apocalypse event, I just like I gave up on it after that.
Now, recently, I will say that was one of the events that I did like was the Sinister, what they call it,
the Sense of Sinister.
Yeah, I did like that event.
I didn't get to read it yet. I mean, get to read that.
I want to say, and I think I've heard this from everybody, it starts out kind of like wonky and all over the place, but once the story finally starts connecting, I kind of dug it. And I know people said don't compare it to Age of Apocalypse, but it kind of has like an Age of Apocalypse feel, not story-wise, more like...
Age of Apocalypse is better. Story.
I will agree. I love Age of Apocalypse, man. That was like top-tier X-Men stuff for me right there. Hey, you're talking about the definition of the 90s for me was Age of Apocalypse. Or the end of it.
I read Hawkspox. I was like, yeah.
Hawkspox?
Yeah, like I was just like jumping into it, like watching the animated series and then jumping into that. Like I grew up with X-Men the animated series, and then after that it was X-Men Evolution. Mm-hmm. And then reading X-Men Hawkspox, I was like, no. X-Men Evolution, then Wolverine in the X-Men.
Yeah.
So I was just like, no, I'm not this Hawkspox. But that's not mine. Get off my lawn.
I hate the Hellfire Gala. Oh my god. It's like, get that shit out.
I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that. Like, why that's a
like
focus?
That whole fashion show. I'm like, the fuck is that all about?
Trying to live up to the cast of characters in the bill. It's been incredible. And then it says House of X, Power of X. I know a lot of people like both. I mean,
there's people that like
everybody
it, but
knows.
I just can't get into it.
I don't know. And I've been hoping that, the X-Men is like the one thing that I've been hoping this whole time was going to get better. I keep dipping back into it, and it's like,
I just hope the fall of the X is the end of it. Like, just fucking end it.
They've already announced that the end of Krakoa is coming, so that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah. I hate that they're not even on the US. It's like their own country. It's just like,
yeah, they went to Mars, which that's confusing to me, and then they went to they're in this pocket reality in the world somewhere. Yeah, and then they got the treehouse, and then sometimes the treehouse has been blown up, and sometimes the treehouse is still there. Man, X-Men's weird.
And they have that the cure, like that medical, like that the U.S. gets from them, like
That's what's keeping them in. Yeah, yeah.
that the the one that cures all diseases or something like that.
Acts of Judgment. I think
Yeah,
Acts of,
it does seem like an Elseworld story. It doesn't seem like X-Men.
I don't know. I mean, but there has been. It's not that for me. It's not that Marvel's been all bad, but you're talking about like a top tier company and everything. I mean, you're talking about they should have the best writers, the best artists. You know, you're talking about and back in 2015, I got when they were bringing on new crews, and that's why we got the Marvel now. But this isn't Marvel now. We're talking about the. I mean, they got some heavy hitters, and they're not even using them. You got Peach Momoko, and she's just doing, like cover here and there now, and she's got her solo series, which Marvel doesn't even promote. Like I have to like search for it to see when it's coming out because it's so lightly advertised. Yeah, you're talking about they
I
got
didn't like.
Scott Young.
I read a few other Peach Momoko books. I didn't like it because it felt like it was her own universe with just the Marvel characters attached to the name.
That's what it was supposed to be. It was like a Japanese folklore with Marvel inspiration, but it was our own.
Yeah, this is all her own thing, but it just feels like you're just stealing Marvel's property. Then I don't know, just like the Black Widow is not even Black Widow; she's like somebody else, or just using the Black Widow name. It doesn't make any sense.
No,
Like the characters aren't who they are, and it's not like it doesn't feel like an alternate universe. It just feels like a universe that's not even that's totally different from Marvel, but just using the Marvel characters' names. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I still enjoyed it. I thought I just took it as like for a fairy tale. I didn't try and associate. Actually, like reading it, the biggest problem with her series, I couldn't figure out who she was trying to portray. Sometimes, she'd have characters pop up, and it was like, well, who's this Marvel character supposed to be? I'd say that
Yeah,
was a little like drawback to it because I spent more time trying to figure out who some of the characters were because they don't exactly look like their Marvel counterparts, and some are two Marvel characters like made into something new kind of thing. So I'd say that was a little. I like Norman's saying here. I like especially the beginning of Demon Days. I say it's gotten a little weird once they started doing like Civil War and like that. It's like the last three honestly haven't, but the first couple I kind of enjoyed. I did not know this about Acts of Judgment. I like the idea of Eternals unleashing the most powerful Eternal to kill all mutants in 12 hours. I didn't know that.
I
All I
didn't
know
get
about
something
it,
like that.
me neither, and I kind of passed on it. I had the opportunity, but I was like, no, I ain't doing that. I should have. If I would have known Bloodline was going to pop up in that, I probably would have, but I didn't know. Because even though Bloodline has been a subpar comic, I've still enjoyed it. The Daughter of Blade or whatever.
Oh yeah, the Daughter of Blade. I haven't read that either. I haven't read a lot of comics since
I read a lot.
2000 in 2022. That started working again, and I don't know how to balance work and reading comic books.
It's hard.
I've been struggling.
And trying to be on YouTube, whether you're in the chat or have a chance, it's hard, man. I have to make time. I have to, I have to set aside time for like I try and do every day, but there's times that people go live and I can't attend because that's my set aside reading time. But sometimes I fuck that over. Sometimes I'm just not in a reading mood, and I'll be like, I'm doing YouTube. I'm playing games. I don't know. I mix it up.
I've been playing Street Fighter 6 lately.
Sheep Artist 6?
Street Fighter.
I
Street Fighter.
I was like, Sheep Artist 6. Tell me about this game. I want to know about that shit. Sheep Art, what are you doing? Sheep Artist 6. And there's 5 other games in front of it? No, Street Fighter 6. How's that?
It's really fun. I like the World Tour stuff. It's pretty addicting. There's a lot of
I haven't played. I'm a big Street Fighter fan. I'm a big Street Fighter fan, but I haven't played the last two because they made the last one like exclusive for PlayStation, and I was kind of like Xbox only, so I kind of haven't played that
I
one.
have it for because I have both Xbox and PlayStation, but I have more games on my Xbox. So when
Yeah, same here.
Street Fighter 5 came out for PlayStation, I played it a little bit, but then I ignored it because I don't have that many games for PlayStation. So I
I
didn't
only
get
have
to
we
finish
have
everything for like Street Fighter 5.
we have a PS4, and I've had one before back when I was in Houston, and I'd say like the number of games I've actually played. I still have some on my list that I'd like to. God of War is one of them. I haven't played one or two. But I have played some. I played Spider-Man. I had to play that.
Yeah,
That
I
was
did play
why
Spider-Man.
that was why I bought the PS4. I was like, oh, but I gotta buy it.
I did Miles Morales too, and
I did the Miles Morales too. I played the Zero Horizon Dawn, the first one. It was okay. I have complaints about it, especially for how new the game was when I played it compared to other games at that time. Yeah, it was kind of lacking.
and then I've been thinking about buying the PS5 for the new Spider-Man game.
It's too expensive, man.
It's gotten a little bit cheaper now. It's not expensive.
Yeah,
as it
but
was
still,
before.
I can get behind spending like $300-400 on a game system. You're gonna have it for some years, especially me. I mean, I still got a Wii, NES, Super Nintendo, but man, you talk about. I mean, they were going up to $700, and that was in store. That wasn't like no.
And
That
it was hard to get it too. It was
yeah.
hard to get it.
Like how are you a big brand company like Sony, and you've already dropped 3 other systems before this and multiple additions to those systems, and you don't think this one's going to be a hot seller where you might have to mass produce maybe like 1 million systems? I don't know.
It was both Xbox and Sony that had problems before, like when they first like you
With the
couldn't get the
Xbox
Series
One.
X. You couldn't
I
get
could.
a Series
I got
X
2.
I got it eventually, but
I will say they were hard to get in store. I had to pre-order them because that was like my son's Christmas present that year, and that he had to get it, so I had to like pre-order it. And I think he got mine, and I got his, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but I will say they've been wishy-washy with their drops. Like, come on, man! You don't think people want to buy these things? You know they do.
Yes.
Like, bro, if I can't get the game system in a Walmart, I don't want to play a game system.
Yeah.
Like, if I can't buy it in a Target or a Best Buy, I don't want to play a system. Yeah, it's like Arcadia. I ain't never seen Arcadia before. Guess what? I ain't never playing that system. Somebody tried to sell me on Arcadia. I was like, get out of here. You got 3 real systems already. You need Arcadia? No. No, I'm full of that.
It's 500 now. It's not that bad.
Still, bro. Still. I get there when it's like 200-300. No, I could condone 3. I could condone like 350 maybe. I don't know, pushing 4. I mean, you might as well go PC at that point. So you're talking about gaming computers, the low end
already.
See?
I'm on a PC now.
Low end. I mean, you can get a low end gaming computer for about $500. You might as well go that route if you're. I mean, I'm pretty sure the graphics on a computer are going to be way better than the PS5. I'd have to imagine. I'm not. Don't quote me.
I just hate that's only coming out for PS5 and not PC, because I wouldn't mind getting it for PC.
Street Fighter?
No, I'm talking about Spider-Man 2.
Sony only, man.
Yeah, I hate that. Because the what is it? The first Spider-Man game came out for PC.
Did it? Yeah, but it wasn't at first, right? They released it like later, and it had a lot of bugs, right?
Yeah.
Because I think they tried to do the same thing with Batman Arkham Knight, and Batman it had like millions of bugs. I think when they're not like made for the PC, they don't port well to the PC.
I haven't played it on the PC. I just don't want to buy. I didn't want to buy a PS5. But I might just
to play the game, just to play one game.
Pretty much.
Seriously. I mean, I've only mentioned a couple of the games that I wanted to play on PS that aren't, cross, platform. Because nowadays, most every game is on both systems, but you still do have your exclusives. But lately, I mean, there have been some good exclusives that I would want a PS5 because now you got Final Fantasy 16 and the Final Fantasy like 7 like 2 remake or whatever. And I think those are both Sony exclusive. Then we got Spider-Man coming out. And shit, what else they dropped recently with Sony? For me, it's always like RPG games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Silent Hill. Damn, how did I forget that shit? Yeah, all the next Silent Hill games are all Sony exclusives. I think for the
Silent
next
Hill remake. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that because we're getting Silent Hill 2, and then because I think they're doing 2 and 3, and then we're supposed to be getting 2 brand new games. I'm a huge Silent Hill fan. I'm a huge like horror, like survival horror video game player, but I love Silent Hill. Yeah, but that's definitely that's one. And I think if I'm not mistaken, like Dead Space released on like PS5, like the remake.
Oh yeah, the Dead Space remake.
I'm not sure if it made it to.
I heard good things about that.
Yeah, me too. I love Dead Space. That's a movie that by now I thought they would have already made, but I'm waiting for Dead Space.
I know they made it animated.
Yeah, they got 2. Yeah, they're okay. They do tie into the games, but no, I want a live action. I want and Dead Space is good. And the story's kind of already been done, so come on. I had a question for you earlier because you said you don't really read modern comics. Is that everything like Indies, DC?
I haven't read it since last year. I just dropped off because I started working. I haven't read anything. I've tried to jump back on like last month, and I fell apart. Like it was
So when you so when you're in like Legion, because that's usually where I see you the most. Like when you're in Legion's chat, like and he's just talking about comics, are you like paying attention? Do you ignore all that, or
no?
or
I
is
actually do pay attention because
that how you're living?
Yeah,
You're like living through Mark to keep up with the comics, kind of thing.
Well, I also go to what is it, Newsarama.com. I keep up to date there.
What's Newsarama.com?
It's a comic book website.
They give you like comic book information. Oh, okay.
Yeah. They have reviews there. They have articles about what's going on in comic books.
Oh, okay.
I also watch Weird Science Comics. It's another YouTube channel.
I don't know Weird Science Comics. That's new. I might have to go find him.
He's pretty hilarious. I like his humor.
There's certain people like you, AR. There, when you read y'all in the chat, sometimes I can't know if y'all being serious, if y'all being sarcastic. Like
I'm being sarcastic. I'm with
yeah, and I think AR is too, but it's so hard to tell sometimes. Like I know, like AR drops like just gemstones all the time, and I love like when other people read his stuff, especially on live, because you could see in their face whether they don't know, if it's gonna be.
Yeah, I get a bit controversial. I'm used to it.
It's a bunch of us like that.
If people don't like me, that's on them. I really don't care.
Yeah, not everybody's for everybody. That was a hard lesson.
You can't be rated E for everyone.
Right. I'm not with my name. YouTube lets me know that.
Evil.
Yeah. YouTube lets me know that.
You say YouTube doesn't like that name. I remember.
That's been my name my whole life. Like that, and Evil's Comics is something I made for YouTube, but just the comics part. Like I actually have Evil tatted on the back of my neck. Like that's been the nickname since I was like 6 years old, I think.
What is that? I know I listened to a rock band called Pop Evil. So
I have like Nah, I got a bunch of different evil references. And I tell people there's a, it's got a anagram and what do they call it? Anagram that it stands for, like EVIL. Every
Oh, the
virtue is
acronym, yeah.
acronym. There you go. Come on. Yeah, but every virtue is loved is technically what, if I had to break it down. And that's kind of me. I'm not here to judge. I'm just me. I'm gonna hate on the stuff that I hate on. I'm gonna love the stuff that I love on. I don't know. Well, it is getting late. Like I mentioned, it is around that time. I'm gonna have to end the stream because my brother's already.
Yeah, I'm gonna be heading here. I do have to say though,
Alright.
Evil's name is like when you call a big person tiny. He's not evil at all.
I didn't think he was evil either.
I am. It's just a different way. It's the different way to imply the evil. Like I'm willing to do a lot of stuff that most people aren't willing to do. So that gives me that evil title, I guess you could say. A lot of my thinking, like if once y'all meet me in a crowd, you'll kind of see. Like I don't know. I do get perks with the nickname. I'll say that. No, I'm playing. I don't know. It is kind of cool going to my comic shop and they all know me by Evil, they all call me by first name. Hey, Evil.
What he means by you'll know it when you're standing beside him. He steals your soul.
I have too, but I didn't steal it. I won one. Still mine though.
I'm a ginger. I don't have a soul.
I've heard that. I don't know. I've never met a ginger that didn't have a soul. All right, guys, but that's all I got. I thank everybody for hanging out, especially Travis, man, and Esteban for hopping on, Brandon Looney Tunes earlier for hopping on. But thank all y'all for chilling.
Disappeared.
We weren't talking about Looney Tunes. No, we weren't talking about Looney Tunes, and that's all he's about. I'm sorry, Brandon.
What's your favorite Looney Tune?
I said Daffy.
I like Daffy. I mean, is there a bad Looney Tune? I like all of them.
Daffy's an asshole.
I like Daffy. Bugs was an asshole. What you talking about? Like all of them? Come on.
Yeah, they both assholes.
Yeah, but I gotta end the stream, guys. But I really thank y'all for jumping on and talking with me. To spleel, diarrhea of the mouth kind of thing. But I'm gonna end it, guys. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.